Welcome to Let's Talk Jets Radio.
Mr. Primetime.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, man. Feels like it's been a while, right? It's like a couple weeks.
It's been a minute, and we're still on the same friggin' topic.
And that's the thing, too, man. You do these shows, and it's like you look at content, and like it's funny because if you talk quarterback, everybody's like, "You guys keep talking quarterback." If you talk about Carr, Lawson, Corey Davis, you guys ain't talking quarterback.
What else is there really to talk about? I mean, until the quarterback decision is done, I mean, that's going to have a trickle-down effect on the rest of the roster. So you really can't talk about the draft or do mock drafts until you know if you're going to have a first-round pick or not. So it's crazy,
funny,
man.
Let's bring in the third amigo. What's up, man?
What's going on, guys? Welcome back, our fearless leader. What's up, Prime Time? What's going on, big homie?
What's funny? Man? It's like we do you have like the studio here, the online studio, where everybody gets ready for the show to start. And all I see is Tyrone. He's brushing his beard and stuff, and he's getting all pretty. And like this guy's getting like celebrity status.
That's how you know he's Hollywood,
man. Hey, listen, anytime, I'm telling you, man. I've been out like 3 or 4 times. The guys walked up to me, "Are you Tyrone from Let's Talk Jets?" I appreciate all the love.
Getting to his head.
Yeah, it is, man. It definitely is. I'm starting to feel like I'm important. I'm kind of special.
I wake up and my beard just looks like this, so no work at all.
But you know what happens though? It's like I feel really important to somebody tag you and Tyson it and leave me out of it. That do not feel like reality kicks back in. I ain't really shit. I'm just the third wheel on the show. You know what I mean? Fuck.
Hey man, in a lot of cases you don't want to be tagged in these tweets because I'm not positive. So don't worry about that.
Especially on this Carr shit.
Yeah, especially on the Carr and Rodgers stuff. Just a quick thing before we get started. I just got to do a quick announcement. I'm doing a fundraiser for veterans that deal with PTSD and mental health challenges. Right now, unfortunately, the suicide rate for our veterans is ridiculously high, where it's up to almost 22 people a day, which is complete insanity. And it's a lot of people are kind of struggling in silence. They don't know how to get help. So a person that I train with talked to me about like PTSD and what these people are dealing with and the struggles they deal with. And it's just wild that there's not a bigger story out there. So I'm doing a fundraiser for it, kind of a crazy one. I'm doing a run March 10th to the 12th. I'm selling T-shirts, taking donations, full transparency with everything. It's going to a foundation that's local to me. It's 15 minutes away, and they proactively reach out to veterans to give them help. They communicate with them. They give them resources. They do events. They're always trying to find ways to tell them, listen, you're not alone. There's ways to get help. There's ways to get treatment and keep everything active. So any and all support is appreciated. Like I said, T-shirts are $20. Any donation of any amount is super cool. The challenge is March 10th to the 12th. And again, you'll see it over social media and everything else. And also a huge thanks to Matt O'Leary, who had me on a show last night to help promote it. Jake Assman, too, is going to do the same thing. So if you can't donate or don't want to donate, just help me spread the word. I appreciate it because some of the stories you'll see, I'm going to be interviewing a couple guys. The stories are just heartbreaking, man. And like I said, 22 people a day are taking their lives due to mental health challenges and PTSD. That's an alarming amount, man. There's like one's too many, but 22 is just wild. So any help is appreciated. The links are in our description on this video. Again, I'm all over social media. You can hit me up and stuff like that. But I would definitely appreciate it, man, because this is something that's I never really knew it was this serious, and now I'm learning about it. So
no, shout out to you for raising awareness and getting the conversation going on it. So that's what you do best, man. Always raising awareness on a lot of these great causes. So nice job.
Yeah, thank you to Ryan. Ryan helped me, help me design it. Jay's helped me set up. Everybody's helping me out. I appreciate it. But you'll hear from some of these guys, man. The stories are just, it's like, wow, man. You don't even know. Like we always talk about mental health ourselves, right? Like people are struggling. These are guys are coming back with some traumatic experiences. They just can't get over it. It's costing them their jobs, costing them their families. It's costing a lot of different things. It's not getting enough attention. So
you know what, Tyson? I mean, it's kind of crazy how we segment on this right here, and we haven't really talked about this. But I was having a conversation with a guy, no BS Sunday, who had a couple of tours over there, bro, and he's just not right. And and just talking to him, man, it's like you watch. I watch this kid grow up. I help grooming this young man, and you watch him struggle, and it's like, and he's just being honest, like it's every day a struggle.
Yep.
And I'm like, because I mean, I guess we're just not geared for that. So, man, big up to you, big up to everybody in the causes that's helping along with it. And you know what I'm saying, chat, let's get on it. You know what I mean? It's like I said, Tyson, you're always on that. And big up to, a couple people reached out to me just by what we said last week, and I appreciate that, man. Like, and I said I will always answer that call, and I always will. So, but great job, man. Real talk.
Yeah, and like I said, we're pretty big, mental health advocates. Anybody ever wants to talk, offline, we're all available. DMs, emails, direct messages, everything. We're always available. Yeah. Again, thank you to Matt. Like once I announced this, a couple of the other content creators instantly reached out to me. Hey, man, how can we help you? Can we get you on? And that's super cool, man. Like this is bigger than football, and
It is, bro.
so it's crazy. So enough about that. Just want to get out there. Any support's appreciated. Obviously, a lot of news today. The last couple of days is that shit. Thank you, man. I definitely appreciate it.
Shit. That's awesome.
I appreciate that, Chris, man.
Thank you, Chris. That's awesome.
Yeah, real talk, Chris. Appreciate that, bro. Real talk, man.
So I guess we'll start with the first thing is, Derek Carr comes to Florham Park and meets with the Jets. And the interesting thing is it's his second stop. He met with the Saints during the trade window. He comes here, and then it's like, you're surprised, like you're waiting on Sunday. Like, give me a story, give me a leak, give me any kind of news, and nothing came out. Which the beat had no clue. Like nobody had anything until Derek Carr and his agent, and David Carr started talking.
Yep.
I mean, Primetime, are you surprised there was nothing out there, dude? Like it was shocking.
Not really. I'm not surprised at eventually what came out, which is of course that it was a great visit. I mean, did we expect to hear that the food was bad? That they didn't agree on a contract, the direction of the team, or something? Like, no, of course. Of course, the visit went well. Of course, the Jets view him as a franchise quarterback. They want to pay him top dollar. That's everything that Carr and his agent want out there to drive up the price and create competition. So I don't really read anything about all the reports. I still think it's all smokescreen and bullshit. I don't think the Jets have any intent on giving Carr a 5-year contract, and I don't think he wants to come to New York. Tyrone, your thoughts?
I mean, I'm kind of torn, man, because like I know a lot of this stuff is going on in smoke and mirrors. Like, I mean, I know it's just, it's going through the motions. And of course, it's going to be a good meeting. Of course, you're going to get that off. What else are you going to say? The meeting sucked. You're not going to say that. I think that what really gets to me is this: is like, does he have genuine interest in coming here, or they're just driving up the price, just doing, going through the motions? That's what scares me more than anything. And like I said, I like Carr. I think Carr would be a good fit for us. I mean, but it's just what's going to happen, because we're not getting the full gist of anything. Because everything that's coming out now, all these stories leaking out, man, it's all smoke and mirrors, man. It's all BS.
Well,
I believe nothing now, bro. Nothing.
I think with Derek Carr, what he's doing is he's doing his due diligence. He's a free agent for the first time in his career. He's going to go to any place that shows interest. Say, okay, what are you going to offer me? What's your opportunity going to offer me? I mean, you think about it, when Salah got hired here, he did the same thing. Yeah. He came to the Jets. The Jets wanted him badly. He still went to Philly. I think it was Philly, right? To the Eagles he went?
Sounds right.
Yeah, and then he went there, and then he came back here. So I think Derek Carr's like, let me explore what's going on. Let me see what everybody's saying. Obviously, they're going to say the meeting went well because he wants to drive his price up. I mean, everybody's playing the same game. His agent's going to leak stuff. He's going to leak stuff. The Jets are going to leak things. Everybody's playing the same game. The one interesting thing that Boomer mentioned about Derek Carr, which was really, really fascinating to me, was Derek Carr wanted to know. This is allegedly. I don't want to get anybody out.
I mentioned this. Yeah.
We already know because Primetime went on the rant already about it.
Yeah, allegedly, it's just like, is Derek Carr wants to know what's going on with Zach Wilson. Like, is he coming here saying, you know what? I want stability. I want to be the guy. I don't want to be here in a year from now. Zach Wilson's playing ahead of me. And listen, if you're him, he just went from a shitty situation with the Raiders. I don't blame him for asking, and it's
I don't blame him for asking. I mean, I guess it makes sense to just try to get as much information as you can about the team and how they handled the last quarterback, where his head's at, and what direction they plan on going with him. But at the same time, you're coming here to be the guy, right? You're coming here to sign a 5-year contract, $40 million. You want to be the guy. Why do you care about who's number 2?
You don't want to deal with nonsense. I completely understand what he's doing.
You play well and you don't deal with any of that.
This is where the show goes left real quick, because Primetime already put out a video, and I watched it where he just goes on a rant. And this is my problem. I understand you're biased against Carr and you favor.
Admitted, yes, absolutely.
And you favor you favor Aaron Rodgers, and I understand that, Primetime. But at the same time, the man wants to know the situation. I want to know what I'm walking into. Is this guy going to be a problem in the locker room? Is it going to be an issue? You know what I mean? Why wouldn't you want to know that? That's just, at the end of the day, that's being a grown man. I want to know what I'm walking into.
Especially with the Raiders, dude. He just dealt with this stuff with
he
Josh
just got
McDaniels
screwed
screwing
over.
around. I
Signed
want to
a
know
5-year contract.
Yeah, but I understand it. But I think Mike
The
coming
Jets
here
wanted to keep Zach and develop him even as a backup, drive up his trade value before they move him. They can't do that because it might hurt Carr's feelings. Serious?
Well, it's not really about it. That's not about nothing to do with his feelings, dude.
Nah.
If I'm a free agent, I'm going to go in the perfect scenario for myself. And if it's not what I want, you guys can kiss my ass. Plain and simple. I want no distractions, no drama, no media bullshit. My first bad game. Oh, you got to play Zach. Got to do this. No, this is my team. I want it to be my team, undisputed. If not, I'll go somewhere else. You guys can screw off.
And I agree. I agree with primetime. I agree with primetime is coming from that. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you come in and you win the job. But I also understand what Tyson is saying, because if you want to know what you're getting yourself into, like, listen, Derek Carr statistically, if he comes here, bro, he's averaging around 4,000 yards a year, 25 to 30 touchdowns a year. We have never ever seen nothing like that.
His numbers are almost identical to Tannehill over their career. Same number of games, almost the same number of yards per game, touchdowns. It's almost all identical. What's the difference?
So you would rather have Tannehill than Derek Carr?
Tannehill would be a stopgap. He'd be signed for what, 2 or 3 years? You have your options open. You could still trade for somebody else. You can still draft somebody else. Derek Carr's your guy. You're tied to him. If you end up having a problem with Saleh, you will have a problem with that.
How do you know Tannehill's not going to get a bigger offer from someone else who wants stability for a couple of years? How do you know this?
And if he does, then you move on to the next plan. The only guys that I trust to make the Jets a win-now team are Lamar Jackson and Aaron Rodgers. After that, it's all stopgaps for me. Stopgaps.
Lamar Jackson's not even feasible. That's not even going to happen.
Probably not. That's what I'm saying, though. There are 2 guys. Jackson and Rodgers. Those are the only 2 that make the Jets a win-now team. If I'm not getting those guys,
hold on. Okay, so just so I understand exactly what you're saying, the Jets signed Derek Carr to a 4-year deal, right?
I think that'd be stupid.
Okay, I understand where you're coming from. You got to answer the question, though. The Jets signed Derek Carr based on what you just said. Next year they can go 7-10, no big deal. They're not a win-now team with Derek Carr.
Wait, what do you mean, though?
That's what you just said.
If they go 7-10 the first year with Derek Carr, Saleh's fired, and now you have a quarterback with guaranteed years on his contract.
Okay,
you're trying to hire a new coach.
Let's play. Listen to the question first. Can we play? Listen to the question. You just said Aaron Rodgers is the only. It's Aaron Rodgers, Lamar Jackson. Everything else is not worth it, right?
Those are the only 2 quarterbacks that make you right now a serious contender. Yes.
Okay, so you said a win now team. So
serious.
So they signed Derek Carr instead of those 2 because Lamar Jackson's never going to happen.
Okay.
So it's either they signed Derek Carr. The Jets are not a win now team, so they can go 7-10. Nobody should get fired because the expectations are lower because they have Derek Carr, right?
That makes no sense. You're signing a veteran quarterback.
Your point makes no sense.
No, you're signing a veteran quarterback because you feel he's the missing piece. Right. That's the only thing that they needed. Well, if you sign the veteran quarterback and you go 7-10, you got a bigger problem. It's the head coach. He's going to be fired. Now you have a veteran quarterback with guaranteed years on his contract, and you're trying to find a head coach.
But I'm just trying to clarify your point. Your point is Aaron Rodgers makes them a win now team.
Because you need an elite quarterback if you want to win in the AFC.
In your world. So
no, in reality,
in your world,
an elite quarterback or an elite head coach.
Can I answer are you going to answer the question or keep spitting your same bullshit?
What your question is.
Because you're not fucking listening, dude.
If they go 7-10, Saleh's getting fired.
Listen to the fucking question. You said Aaron Rodgers makes the Jets a win now team.
Yes.
So in your world, Derek Carr does not make them a win now team, right? The expectations will not be to win.
There's a ceiling. There's a ceiling with Carr.
What's the ceiling?
9 wins, 10 wins, wild card. I've said that for weeks. You have a ceiling with Carr.
Is the expectation 10 wins means you're a win now team? They're expecting me to make the playoffs then, right?
Oh, and that's the ceiling. You're not going further than that. Congrats.
How do you know that?
So now making the playoffs is not a win now team. Making the playoffs.
You want to settle for plan. You want to settle for plan B. I want plan A. You want to settle for
plan B. No, because primetime. Because you're settling for plan B. You're saying that we don't get Rodgers. You okay with Tannehill? That's plan F.
As a stopgap with my options open to still trade for draft pick, Justin Fields, whoever becomes available. I'm not tying myself to Carr with his resume. No way.
Primetime. I understand where you're coming from when you're saying the amount of how good Aaron Rodgers is. I understand that. But Carr is not that far off from Aaron Rodgers for this team.
And Tannehill's not far off from Carr. Tannehill's not far off from Carr. And Tannehill's actually won. Tannehill's way off from Carr. What the fuck has Carr won?
He had Derek fucking Henry, primetime. He is the best running back in the league and the best offensive line.
What is Aaron Rodgers won the Super Bowl?
Oh my God!
What has Derek Carr ever won? It's amazing to me. It's amazing to me that we can knock Aaron Rodgers for losing in the playoffs and say it's his fault. Derek Carr not getting to the playoffs. It's everybody else. It's everybody else.
This is the problem.
He doesn't make the playoffs.
This is the whole issue right here, though. You're not listening.
It's the defense. It's everybody but Derek Carr.
Rodgers
is there every fucking year, and somehow
he fucking loses every fucking year. That's the problem. Primetime, no, I'm not blaming him. But if you don't get him, what do you do, Primetime? If you don't get him, what do you do? That's the problem. You want to stop. You want to stop everything and wait for him.
One quarterback can't get there. One quarterback's there every year.
You don't even know if he's out. If you're going to get him, Primetime, that's the whole point.
And you're willing to take Plan B without even knowing.
Listen. Aaron Rodgers is my first choice. I've said that.
So you're operating out of fear. So if he's your first choice,
I'm operating out of reality of this team.
You're operating out of fear.
No, I don't want
fear that you're not going to get your plan.
No, you're not going to hold me fucking hostage, man.
That's what you're doing. That's exactly
you're not going to hold me hostage.
Exactly what you're doing.
You're
scared you won't get Plan A. So you're saying
I don't fuck Plan A. I'm going to take
that's what we're doing.
I want to take what's in my hand and I'm going to move forward. That's what I'm going to do. If he was Plan A, he would have made his fucking decision already.
What exactly is in your hand? What's in your hand with Derek Carr?
Derek Carr. A 4,000-yard quarterback, which this team has never fucking had.
I wonder why the Raiders are moving on.
Okay,
why the Packers moving on?
Exactly.
It makes sense for them to do it now. It's 40 years old. They have a first-round pick that they just invested 3 years ago.
So you want to get a 40-year? So you want to get a 40-year-old quarterback? He's okay. He's okay for Green Bay to get rid of him, but we need him though. He's the all see all and do all. Come on, Primetime. Come on, man.
It's amazing that we're so comfortable with Plan B for an organization that's been forced into so many Plan Bs. Just 2 years ago, that person.
But who's being
forced? We're voluntarily.
Who's voluntarily? I haven't said a word. I asked you one question. You guys started yelling for 10 minutes.
Right now, if you can sign Derek Carr 5 years, are you doing it right this second?
No, the Jets are playing it right. No, what the Jets are doing is
signing up for Plan B.
The Jets are doing right now is they're waiting to see what Aaron Rodgers does while Derek Carr goes and visits 2 other teams. And when he's done, they're all going to make a decision. That's all it's doing.
Let me ask you a question, Tyson. So if news breaks tomorrow, or if his Carr's brother comes on there, we're like, yo, this team offered him such and such, and he's thinking about making this move. You wouldn't pursue getting Derek Carr. You're gonna wait for Aaron Rodgers. Primetime, you cannot wait for him, man.
You act like
if he knew what the fuck he wanted to do.
You act like there's no other options if Carr goes somewhere else.
Carr's the second best option.
But by how much?
I don't want the fifth.
Do you want me to read off the numbers between him and Tannehill? They're identical. They're identical. And if you want to say it's not about the numbers, okay, it's about winning, right? Tannehill's done more winning than Derek Carr. Am I wrong?
Yo, Derek Carr.
If it's really, hold on. Also, I keep hearing Derek Carr is going to succeed because of the team around him, right?
Okay,
he's going to have a defense. He's going to have a run game. Well, if we're basing it on that, Tannehill's had success doing that. Jimmy G's had success doing that.
God, Primetime.
I'm just saying.
Come on, man.
One quarterback we're hoping is going to do it. The others have done it. That's all I'm saying.
Walk away from the cliff and walk your ass back over here. Like, seriously, man. You're comparing Derek Carr and Tannehill.
Yeah.
That's the conversation we're having.
It's not a huge drop-off. I think Carr's better.
It's a major drop-off.
I don't think it's by that much, though. No.
It's a major drop-off. Tennessee's a way better team than the Raiders have been in the last 10 years. They got Derrick Henry. Look, you know what? Yo, get the ball Derrick Henry on first.
Raiders had Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams, Amari Cooper.
He just started balling this year. They didn't even pick up his 5th-year option. Come on, Primetime.
And let's not. I mean, if you want to talk about this year, do you want to talk about all the shit that Josh McDaniels did to Derek Carr that was completely ridiculous and kind of hamstrung him? Or are we just going to ignore that as well?
So what about the 5 other coaches that he's had?
Exactly. 5 other coaches.
Exactly. 5 other coaches.
It's everybody else but him. Yeah, it's everybody else but him.
And
who's saying Sal is the answer? How are we looking at Sal and Hackett and saying, yep, this is so much better than what the Raiders have had around Carr?
You know what's so weird? It's just crazy because nobody's saying that Carr is a hero and all-time great player. I'm allowed to say he's a very good player without getting shit on. But you're just sitting there sucking Aaron Rodgers' dick like he's the second coming of Christ.
He's an average quarterback
in the AFC. Ridiculous.
He's an average quarterback in the AFC.
Okay.
Right or wrong?
Then if that's the case,
where would you rank Carr in the AFC?
If that's the case, then Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh should question. So if he's so average, why are Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh even courting him then? They're wasting their time.
Because they have to.
Why do they have to?
They would get roasted. If
Why?
they don't get Rodgers and they
Why?
didn't even take the visit with Carr.
Well, if he's average, though, who wants average? We want great.
You find out what he's looking for. You find out other teams that are.
Why? He's average. If he's not going to help you win, why would you
do your due diligence? And if you can get him on a 2 or 3 year contract, that's a little bit different. If you get him in a month when you know Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to come here, it's different.
Why is that different?
I'm not signing him for 5 years.
Who said 5 years?
Who's saying 5 years? For a long-term deal. He wants somebody to.
Who's saying 5 years?
He wants somebody that's going to commit to him.
Okay,
you don't think he's going to find that? Somebody's.
So you give him 3 year deal with an option for a 4th. Big deal.
I would do 2 years option for 3. I'm not doing anything more than that because I don't know if Saleh's going to be here in a year or 2.
But why would you do that?
And if he's
got now you're worried about the coach.
Yes,
why would he come here if you're worried about the coach?
What?
Why? No. You're worried about the coach now. That's your reason for only giving a 2 year deal. You can't run your business like that. Are you going to give Quinn Williams a 2 year deal because you're worried about the coach not being here?
Quarterback's a little bit different.
Same thing. Money's money. Stability.
The problem is that if you're going to guarantee Carr more than 3 years, and if it doesn't work out with Saleh, and let's be honest, the Jets just came off a 6-game collapse. Plenty of questions around the head coach, right? So I'm not exaggerating that. So if things don't work out, if you're not a playoff team this year, there's a good chance Saleh is fired. If you have a quarterback with 3 or 4 guaranteed years on his contract, you're now limiting your head coaching search to somebody that wants to work with Derek Carr.
How are you limiting your head? No, you're not limiting your head coaching search.
You're tied to Carr. He's your quarterback. You have to find a head coach that wants to work with him.
But the thing is, in your world, that's a bad thing. In other worlds, if Saleh gets fired because he's a bad head coach, at least the next coach is coming in with a veteran quarterback that can play and not a shitty Zach Wilson. You can at least sell the job with a competent quarterback.
If Saleh gets
what are you going to do, draft one
again?
again?
Gets fired this year because the Jets are bad. That means Carr probably didn't play all that well.
Doesn't necessarily mean that. They can go 6-10. The offense be good. The defense fall apart.
So it'll be another year of blaming everybody else, and Carr will be 33 years old, and that'll be his entire career story. Everybody else but him.
I got a question. I have a question. Prime time.
Good.
Why was Green Bay so bad this year?
I mean, they won 7 games in a row to close out the year before they lost the last one.
Why did they start off so slow? Why did they lose?
Probably because they traded their star receiver and they had young guys that didn't really know what they were doing.
Young guys. No.
What are you going to blame this on Aaron Rodgers?
Let's dive a little deeper, right? So
all right. So Aaron Rodgers didn't know the system. That's what it was.
He didn't know the. He did know the system. He didn't know the fucking receivers. Prime time. You want to sell yourself?
Who do you think that's on? So who do you think? Who do you think that's on?
He's not coming to OTAs.
The 38-year-old
He's not going to work with the
Hall of Fame quarterback.
Oh my God,
you think it's on him or the young receivers who have been in the league for 5 minutes?
I think
he's running the wrong routes. I'm sorry.
I think a real quarterback will come in and get some kind of timing with these young receivers that he needs to do. He's not doing that for us. And we signed Aaron Rodgers. We ain't seen his ad. We're seeing the press conference, and you won't see him in the fucking training camp.
We don't know.
You do know that.
No, you don't.
You do know that. It's his MO, right?
He's coming back. It's because he wants to win.
But he's not coming to He's not coming to man. He's not coming to OTAs.
So, but Tyron, all fairness, though.
Carr be there, though.
And yes, we just saw that comment. He had a broken thumb too, or whatever it was.
But, I mean, no, it's not excuses for him now. We're gonna make excuses for everybody now. Everybody's got injuries.
Yeah, broken thumb, no big deal.
He still played.
Okay.
Yep. So Derek Carr be there. Derek Carr be OTAs. Derek Carr be there every fucking week.
But Tyrone, the one thing with the whole thing with Aaron Rodgers, though, so it's interesting that Boomer Esiason changed his stance this morning, which makes me think that when there's smoke, there's fire, because now the reports are coming out. The Packers are completely disgusted with Aaron Rodgers. They don't like the way he's handling himself, everything else. Tom Pelissero came out tonight saying the Packers want him back if he wants to be back, which I think they're trying to save their trade compensation at this point. Yeah. And then the Raiders are saying they may not even get a quarterback now. So now it's like the market for Aaron Rodgers could be dwindling a little bit. But I think the Jets have to do their due diligence and actually ask Aaron Rodgers 2 questions. First off, is he going to restructure his contract? Because you can't take that contract because you're going to eat a shitload of cap, and you got to be able to get other players. You're over the cap now as it is. The second thing is you got to see how long he's vested. Is he truly vested in coming here? Is he going to put in the extra work? Is he going to do this? Having Nathaniel Hackett's a good thing, but what is he bringing to the table? Is he going to play 2 years? Right? Those are fair questions, right?
Well, that was something also that Boomer brought up when he came to the Jets. He was coming here with Bruce Coslett, and he knew the offense. So as soon as he stepped on the field, he was a player and a coach. Aaron Rodgers, he'd be walking into the exact same situation. He knows the offense. He knows the terminology.
He doesn't
can
like
coach
to
these young receivers.
Well, I mean,
where's that narrative coming from?
He's not a leader. He's not a fucking leader.
What player has ever gone to the media throwing Aaron Rodgers under the bus for not being prepared?
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. I mean, my thing is just it's 2 things. It's restructuring his contract and what level of commitment is he making to the team. He say, you know what, I'll play here at least 2 years. I'll do this. I'll be fully vet. Like, how committed is he to coming to the Jets? And I think the thing is, you'll know because he has all the leverage. Like Aaron Rodgers literally has all the leverage. If he says, you know what, I want to be traded, step one, cool. But I'm not going here and I'm not going there. You trade me there, I'm going to retire. I'm not going to report. Like he can literally determine where he wants to go on his own. Now it's up to the Jets to say, okay. And the other thing too is if he said, I want to go to the Jets, they kind of have leverage too. Like, we're not going to give you 2 first-round picks. Like you say, we'll give you a second-round pick or you guys can have them.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to take this, crazy 2 first-round.
I don't think so either, not anymore.
Just based on the contract, and I do think he'd have to restructure whether it's the Jets or somebody else, because no team is going to take on those cap hits for his retirement years.
He's got to restructure though, dude, because he's going to want to bring in his own guys. He's going to probably bring in Lazard and Bakhtiari and maybe Tunyon or whoever else. You got to have cap space to bring these guys in, and you obviously need a center, you need linebackers and everything else, but it's on Aaron Rodgers, man. He's got to say, I want to be traded. I'll restructure, and I'll play 2 years. If he says I'm only going to play 1 year, I'll think about it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing 1 year.
Primetime will.
I'm still doing it.
I'm not trading for a 1 year fix.
I hate when you get in the zone, bro. When you get stuck in the zone, there's no talking you off the fucking edge, bro.
What zone?
That fucking quarterback.
How many chances do we get to get a quarterback like this?
That's fine. Get him there.
And if there ever was a time to be able to feel comfortable trading draft picks, taking on whatever kind of cap hit you need to take on, now's the time to do it. You have arguably.
Yeah, but do you agree he has to restructure though?
Yeah, I mean, based on his retirement hits from 2024 to 2026, I mean,
it's huge.
Even if he plays 2 years and then retires, yeah, those are huge cap numbers that
he's got it.
And then,
yeah. See, when if he restructures, that shows he's committed.
Yeah, Brees had a similar situation though with the Saints, and he restructured a year before he retired, and I don't think it affected them that much. So
but that's what I'm saying. He's got to commit to all these things, though. It's like, all right, I'll restructure. I think he's got to give some kind of assurances 2 years, or to have conditional compensation where it's like if he only plays 1 year, this fucking first round pick next year ain't happening. It's got to be lowered or something because you can't get fleeced on this shit. But I think the Packers are in a rough spot, dude. I do, because he holds all the cards. He literally does. Like I think he can't probably push the edge, say he wants to go to the 49ers or something, but I think if they, because somebody was saying today, they had a handshake agreement last year where it's like, if things don't go well this year, they agreed to trade him. So I think it's a matter of him coming out and saying, you know what, trade me, but I want to go here, here, or here.
But they also have to get it done before, what is it, like June 1st? Because then they take on the signing bonus.
But how long do you wait to see what he wants?
Well, you got Derek Carr's taking 2 more visits, and Aaron Rodgers will be back by vacation by this weekend. I guarantee you next Tuesday on McAfee will be there saying, you know what, I want to play football, just not in Green Bay. Then the game is on, right? That's going to be. He knows, dude.
I hope that's what it is.
He knows you got to do it before free agency starts because nobody's going to sit around and wait. They can't. Teams know to know the plan. But also, furthermore, Tyrone, he knows that because if you want to sign his teammates that he wants to go, like Randall Cobb and guys like that, they're going to be free agents. They want to go where he goes. They got to know where he's going so they can get signed.
Do you think Carr's actually going to sign before free agency starts?
I do.
Now there's reports that he's going to try to drag it out too, which wouldn't make sense.
I don't think so, man. I think he's got 2 more visits. What's today's Tuesday?
Yeah.
You figure he probably gets his visits done by next Tuesday.
Well, you know what's crazy? I hope he does drag it out. I don't want to get caught with my pants down. I don't want to wait for Aaron Rodgers to decide on what he want to do. If he decides not to pick us, then you know what I'm saying.
But see, Tyrone, the other thing too is this: it's like if you're Derek Carr, you have this supposedly great visit, right? The Jets say, "Man, we're really excited." But then he finds out that Aaron Rodgers is the number 1 guy. He's like, you know what, I'm out. Like you're not the guy. Like you don't want me the most. The Saints want me the most, right? The Saints want the most. Maybe the Panthers want the most. If I'm your plan B, I'm going to team. I'm your plan A. Just be a prick like that.
Don't let the door hit the way out.
Yeah, you say that now until we're stuck with fucking Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, what did my old head said? Stop liking the women you like. Stop liking the women that like you. Makes more sense. It's a whole lot easier. It's fine and dandy to dangle that Aaron Rodgers in my face. But at the end of the day, if I could have Derek Carr right now, I'm taking Derek Carr. I understand Aaron Rodgers is a better player. I understand he brings more to the table. I understand that he's a legendary. He's a first-time Hall of Famer. I understand that. Now I don't have a problem with none of that. But I don't want to wait for him to decide on what he want to do.
Yeah, but right now we're waiting. But Tyron, right now we're waiting to find out if Aaron Rodgers even wants to play football.
Exactly, Tyson. And that's
we don't even know if he wants to actually play or if he even wants to be traded.
You know, that's the whole point right there, man. Like, you know,
and let's be honest though. I mean, the Lamar Jackson situation is getting a little messy in Baltimore right now too.
They ain't trading him in the comp. They're not.
There's no guarantee he's going to want to go back there. If he just says I'm not going back, I mean, he's already pissed off from the negotiation last year.
Did you
He's
see
he's
the
not going
guaranteed
back. He's not
money?
gonna have a choice but to trade.
He's
him.
going to the Falcons.
Did you see the guaranteed money for Lamar Jackson?
What was it, 250?
No, it was like 133.
I thought I saw a contract with 250.
Yeah, but he's not. I mean, it's just like the Packers don't want to trade far within the conference. The Ravens aren't trading fucking Lamar Jackson to the Jets. There's no fucking way. There's no way, though.
Hey, listen, he does not play there next year, dude. They're not gonna be able to work that out, bro. Like they're being disrespectful. I mean, listen, his contract offer was like 245. The guaranteed money was 133. Like that is just disrespectful as shit, bro. That's crazy. Pay that man, bro. How you don't pay this? Yo, Lamar Jackson, we're in the Super Bowl.
I'm more mad that all these coordinators that went to other teams that the Jets should have been looking at, like Monken, even Bieniemy, some of these guys. It's like they went.
I don't want.
You didn't want Monken?
I don't want the enemy. I don't want him at all.
What?
Yo, I watch a lot of videos of people talking about him, especially Shady from the Eagles in Kansas City.
Yeah, Jamal Charles responded back to that though.
Yo, he was like, but the problem is, this guy he doesn't call plays. He doesn't come up with the game. Andy Reid does all of that. You know what I mean? So basically, he's a glorifying assistant to the offensive coordinator.
But don't you get this feeling though that they signed Hackett with eyes on Rodgers though, because there's so many other candidates that came out there a little bit more.
Of course, but
that's
you
got better fucking get him.
And see that's why I'm hoping that they know something. But like I said, that tampering word is something we don't even want to have a conversation with.
Oh, it's not tampering. You're hiring coaches with an eye to the future. I mean, even getting Downing is a good thing because you have ties to Carr. So.
But if you're hiring this guy, you got an idea that you want what you want. But I'm just saying, and I don't know if Hackett's going to work at all either. You know what I'm saying? We don't know if none of it's going to work. But I don't want to be left with Jacoby Brissett as my starting quarterback.
No, nobody does. But I'm saying it's interesting to see the coaches. Like Monken, I thought was really good, but maybe he wants the stability of going to John Harbaugh instead of Robert Saleh on a hot seat. That
even Josh McCown too. I wanted McCown a month ago.
Yep. Yeah, and that was like, but you don't know. It's like. You don't know who would even want to come under Saleh, with Saleh being a perceived hot seat, not knowing who the quarterback is. It's interesting.
Do you think this was their choice or just the best available option that was willing to come here?
Best available option.
I think so too.
Tyson.
Kind of feel
because I listen. If Saleh and them lose this year, him and Jody are both getting fired.
But even you look at the list, prime time. If you look at the list of guys that were out there, it was a lot of would have been first time play callers, quarterback coaches. It wasn't really a lot of established guys. And the established guys were turning them down. Didn't Bevel turn them down? Yep. It was like, I think Monken did too, didn't he?
Monken did too, yeah.
Did he?
But
I think so.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, there's a couple of them that turned them down. But listen, this is my whole point right here. This is what bothers me more than anything. Like, I want to establish coach. You know what I'm saying? I want a coach that's been here that knows what to do. And it's like we keep getting these first-time coordinators.
But you got two now.
Hackett's been around.
Hackett's been around. So is Downing. Downing's been a play caller too.
No. I'm talking about head coaches, and we have to get rid of Saleh. We have to go back and do stuff all over again. Because you already know it's damn near. Listen, we know our history, man. We damn near there already, bro. It's just a matter of time. It seems like
listen,
man. Aaron Rodgers, we're going to Super Bowl, right? Prime time.
gives me the best chance.
Oh my goodness, man.
All right, we'll go to the callers. I'm already exhausted. We're fucking a half hour in. I'm already tired of this shit. We're gonna go to Zach. Zach, what's up, man?
What's up, guys?
What's up, Zach?
How you doing?
Long time no talk.
Yeah,
how you been, man?
He's been good. Just been working, doing all that. So catching a lot of heat in the chat right now because I'm actually a Carr supporter. But
there you go.
Zach. I mean, if Rodgers isn't going to cost us a lot in terms of draft capital, I mean, obviously, who's going to say no to Aaron Rodgers? That's the thing. I don't think any of us are against Aaron Rodgers. It's just how much it's going to cost us down the road. How long is he going to be here for? How much is he going to actually give us? That's the thing. And with Derek Carr, yes, he's not as good as Rodgers, in terms of his arm talent or anything like that. I'm not going to pretend he is. But he's a proven Pro Bowler. He's done it with receiving weapons that weren't that good. Everybody wants to say, he had Josh Jacobs. Who is his best receiver he's had other than Devontae Adams? Michael Crabtree, Amari Cooper. Yeah. I mean.
So are you willing to give Carr a contract now without knowing where Aaron Rodgers stands on his future, though?
No. I don't think Carr's going to make that decision that fast anyway. I think Carr's going to try and get the most money he wants to, because this is probably going to be his last go around for getting a major contract. So he's not going to rush it. So there's no reason why we have to rush it. We're doing our due diligence. So this is something that's not going to happen right away. I think we still got like at least another couple weeks of this.
Yeah, right before like March 7th, right? Isn't that when a lot of these deadlines are?
Yeah, I think so.
And Zach, I want to ask you another question. So let me ask you a question. So if you're looking at it, and if what's the timeline you're willing to wait for Aaron Rodgers? I mean, like we know he's the better player, but what's the timeline you see that we got to make a decision? We got to move forward.
I mean, we should know what Aaron Rodgers wants during this week. So, I mean, if he wants to be traded and he wants to go to the Jets, like you can see that. I feel like that would happen faster than us signing Carr. Like, I feel like that would happen sooner rather than later, especially with the report saying that, Green Bay just wants him out. And with them losing leverage, like as much as they are, it's going to happen sooner rather than later.
Well, I think they have to be, man, because once Aaron Rodgers says he's available, the Jets have got to be aggressive because if he doesn't want to come here, you've got to pivot and go to your plan B. Like if he says, you know what, I want to go to Raiders, I want to go to Tennessee, I want whatever. If he starts playing that game, turn. All right, cool. We tried, didn't work out. Pivot and get your guy before Carr goes somewhere else.
And that's the thing. And that's like us like having the meeting with Carr already. We're doing our due diligence. So it's like you can't be upset that we already met with Carr. I mean, we're not just sitting and waiting. So and then if you look at the whole, like, obviously, I want to win now. So I'm not really like thinking about later down the road. But it's like with the whole X factor in this situation is what's up, Elmo? Is definitely Zach Wilson. I watched Primetime's video earlier about how Carr was asking about that situation. I think a lot of that has to be too, if they want Carr to be a mentor, and if they want him to be a mentor on top of being the number one guy, he's going to want more.
Well, what are you mentoring him for? The motherfucker's
not going to be a mentor.
By the time Carr mentors, Wilson's gonna be going somewhere else.
Exactly.
For Aaron Rodgers, it makes sense on a 2-year contract. For Derek Carr, if he's
but what do you so in that world, Zach Wilson's going to watch. He's going to watch Aaron Rodgers play for 2 years. You're going to pick up his 5th-year option.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like,
you
if
don't know
Zach
what's going to happen in those 2 years, though.
If you still think Zach Wilson's in your future, and if Joe Douglas is doing that, yes, Rodgers is going to be the priority to get that done. One, he's going to learn behind one of the best arms to ever play the game. And it's only going to be for 2-3 years. So by the time Zach Wilson's going for that 5th year, he'll have that one chance, one season to prove it, which is fine.
Yeah,
but
if $30 million?
Yeah, but if you're completely done with Zach Wilson, it makes all the sense in the world to look at a guy who's going to be more long-term.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if us as fans are done with Zach. I don't think anybody in the organization is fully done with him yet. I think they recognize he's a talented kid that just needs to grow up and mature a little bit.
Well, that's fine. While he's sitting, but see, he can grow up and do all the shit he wants. I don't want to see him on the field if I have Aaron Rodgers or Derek Carr. I can give two fucks about Zach Wilson and his feelings. The only thing I look at it, he's not playing and his contract. So that's the way I look at it. And right, like, and then the thing is, if Aaron Rodgers does come here, I know that's his hero and everything else. If you're Zach Wilson, who's supposedly a competitor, do you literally want to sit here for 2 more years and not play? Yeah. Like, you're not like, who the fuck wants to do that?
Where else is he going to go and play? Who's trading for Zach Wilson to be a starting quarterback?
No, I'm just saying. But so Zach Wilson can be like, you know what? I just want to sit here I want to sit around for 2 more years and not do nothing.
Would you rather sit here behind Aaron Rodgers or go somewhere else?
I'd rather fucking play, dude.
Coach Mo. I mean,
I'd rather play.
I mean,
he's not going to play going anywhere else, though.
Especially with a team that gave up on me.
Where else is he going to play? Nobody's trading for him to play right now.
No,
he's a project.
He is way too raw of a prospect to go anywhere and expect starting minutes. It's not going to happen.
Am I the only one that this realized this team really just blew a major opportunity to have a quarterback drafting this kid and ruining this kid? It's like, man, we really missed on this kid really bad, man.
Yeah,
like, Jesus, man.
But the thing is with the roster, at least, if the defense at least can stay. Like, obviously it changes from year to year, so I'm not going to even hold my hat on the defense this coming year because you never know what's going to happen. But
nope.
Last year, we thought we were one quarterback away. Yeah,
but see, the thing is, and this is the thing that's funny about this whole, like, the Jets are a win now team, which, whatever, that's fine. But this top 5 defense won't be a top 5 defense next year. And the reason why is you have a list of guys that aren't, you potentially lose Carl Lawson's rankings. You have 2 linebackers you're missing, and you could be without 2 safeties because White could be a casualty. Joyner's gone. Quan's gone. Quincy Williams, Rankins, all these guys. Like, you're reshuffling all of this. It's not a guarantee to be like, you know what? And you're not going to play all backup quarterbacks either. So it could be a top 12 defense, which is still very good. but I'm not going to act like this team's a top 5 elite defense right now. We don't know who's going to even be here.
And that's the thing. That's another reason why I'm hesitant about going all in on Rodgers, unless it's not going to cost us a lot, which, they're losing a lot of leverage. So it's not going to be the 2 first-round picks. But I'd be even hesitant to give up a first-round pick because we still have holes on our team we need to fix. And we have that 13th pick. Yeah. If we want to give them the pick next year, I mean, I still wouldn't want to, but at least that's an unknown.
I want to keep 13, dude.
Yeah, I want to keep 13. I'm not trading 13.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen. This the whole point of it, though, and I think it's going to end up dropping anyway. I think just because of the whole process. But listen, a guy like Aaron Rodgers with the weapons that we have will win some games.
Oh, of course.
So I don't mind giving him our pick. If we get Aaron Rodgers, I don't mind giving him our pick next year because it's going to be a high pick anyway. It doesn't really matter. But you got to
look at it be conditional, like Tyrone. It should be conditional though. Like, listen,
of course,
if we make the playoffs, it goes to a second. You go to championship game, you get a first or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like,
he has all the leverage. So listen, they're not going to get 2 first rounds for Aaron Rodgers. It's not happening. Not with that $60 million tag at the end of his contract. Not happening.
Unless the Raiders make them an offer that screws the Jets and says the Raiders give number 7.
And is he in that night? Is he in that night room right now? Is he in that box?
He's out.
He's out by now. Yeah.
Okay.
He's going from the retreat to a vacation. Then he's going to figure out what he wants to do.
Does he even know what the Packers have been saying in the media? That's why I don't believe all of that because I don't.
Like, don't get me wrong. I watch Pat McAfee a lot, and this whole thing. Like, I can see where Rodgers has come from, but at the same time, it's like either you want to play or you don't. Either you want to stay in Green Bay or you don't.
He loves the attention, dude.
And it's like Rodgers is a great quarterback, but I don't want to lose the second option while he's still making up his mind. And that's why it's like with Derek Carr, like, yes, is he a top 5 quarterback in the NFL? No. Can he win you games with this current roster with all the weapons on offense, considering this probably be the most amount of weapons he's had just spread out? Probably. It's not like total high end because he had Devontae last year, but I mean, with Brees, Garrett, Elijah, get yourself a tight end in the second round or something.
I got tight ends.
Another tight end? Another tight end?
Paying enough.
I mean, but if you're saying with our second round pick, if Michael Mayer is somehow sitting there, you're not going to take Michael Mayer.
That's probably the one guy from Notre Dame I'd be fine with.
That kid,
please,
dude.
Why you gotta say that word on this show, bro?
I'm just saying, I've never advocated for a player from Notre Dame before. That's
I'm a Notre Dame guy.
Dude, that kid can play, man. That kid, I'd be cutting Uzama, one of these guys, in a heartbeat for him. No problem.
Yeah. So
that's a building block for your offense for the future, man. You have him, Garrett Wilson, and Brees Hall going forward. Sign me up right now.
Yeah.
Kid's a stud.
And listen, I feel like this offense can really, really be explosive with the weapons that we have. We still need to add more pieces in, but I don't think it's that far off offensively. That's why I think that any quarterback's looking at this, you got a really, really great nucleus of young players on offense.
Let me play devil's advocate because I like dispelling shit like this. So the top 5 defense, I just told you had to replace probably 4 starters, right? Yeah. And this offense, while we're excited about the playmakers of Elijah Moore, Brees Hall, and Garrett Wilson, what are we doing with Corey Davis? Because if you cut him and you cut Berrios, you need 2 receivers, unless you want to resurrect Denzel Mims. And then please tell me who our left tackle is, because we don't have him on the roster right now.
EBT.
Yeah. Well, I mean, actually,
who's the right tackle? And then who's the center? You got 3 new starters.
Becton and Mitchell. Let them compete.
Actually, we do have a left tackle. If you really want to be Brown's still on the
right.
team. You also got Becton.
Is that before or after his surgery?
It's going to be after, sir.
Or is that before or after he retires? Which one we
going to do? But then you have that money to put it.
But listen, that 13th pick in the draft. That 13th pick in the draft goes to a left tackle. And
okay, then who's your center?
I mean, you bring back McGovern.
He doesn't want to come back.
I mean, then you draft. Then listen, you draft. Listen, this.
No, we're just drafting guys. No big deal.
This draft is full of great young talent at center. It really is.
Yeah, there is.
I've heard that the last 3 years.
I've heard that.
Jared Patterson, Notre Dame.
I've heard that for fucking 15 years, and the Jets' offensive line sucked for like 5.
I mean, Tyson, you have to understand this. Well, listen, we've had a lot of injuries on the offensive line. But the key parts of the line that we didn't have, we didn't lose center, we didn't lose left tackle, and we really didn't lose our right tackle. Our right.
So then, how come if we have some? No, okay, we'll play this injury game now because now we're gonna make excuses for Joe Douglas. So then, how come other teams with all their injuries on offensive line still play competent football and find ways to win, and the Jets have a couple injuries and they fall right to shit?
Well,
because our
quarterback
GM,
affects that too.
because our GM with his backups aren't that good. That's been the problem. You know,
The
we had, what's
backups
my
aren't
man?
healthy either.
Exactly.
We're down to practice squad players. It's like, but I'm not going to blame. I'm not going to say Joe Douglas is like not to blame for that either. Like it's
We can
like,
bring back Agbui.
Yeah.
Nope. And what's old boy name? What's old boy name? I hate. What's his name, man? Oh my God. The tackle, man, can't cover nobody. What's his name?
Greg Van Roten? That was a guard.
No, guard. No, it's tackle Tyson. We just got rid of what is his name, man?
George
He's been here
Fant?
for a couple of years. No, he's been here for a couple of years. He sucks.
I bring back George
McDermott?
Fant on a 1-year deal.
Huh?
McDermott?
McDermott. Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
why you know.
Patriots signed him.
They all
Patriots
suck.
signed
Listen. This is why you know your line was bad. Listen, everybody cringed when you saw McDermott go in the game.
But my point was, you're saying how the offense has potential. The only potential they're going to have is the offensive line gets completely redone and rebuilt because it's a concern, right?
I mean, but Tyson, I think when you're looking at what we have right now, I mean, we do have the pieces there. I mean, if I'm not going to say if because
wait,
hold on,
what pieces do we have? George Fant's a free agent. McGovern's a free agent. AVT's coming off injury. Dwayne Brown's hurt.
We still got Becton. We still got Mitchell.
Okay.
I can't hang my hat on Becton. I can't. I hope he shows up this year. I hope he can like.
I'm just saying he's there now. He's there now.
I'm there now too. You know what?
We have a long time before this gets done. But I'm telling you,
he hasn't played in 2 years.
This offense is talented, Tyson. I mean, if you overlooking 1 or 2 pieces, but free agency haven't got here yet, so you're gonna have a chance to adjust anyway. It's gonna be guys.
The offense has talent. You know what the talent is? It's Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall and AVT. I'll give you that.
Okay. Elijah Moore.
Okay. Potentially.
Maybe.
Uzama, Tomlin.
Is he an elite play? He's an elite playmaker.
No, I'm not saying elite. I'm just saying.
I mean, see, the thing is, our offenses suck for so fucking long. We get 2 playmakers. We think we're fucking going to the goddamn Super Bowl.
No,
we're returning to NFL standards. The problem is you have to have you have to have better role players and a better offensive line. It's consistent.
Or a better quarterback to maybe make it all.
Better offensive coordinator, play calling too.
Better line coach.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't know what happened. Like there was a time there, like for at least the first couple of weeks, not the first couple of weeks, but like midway in the season before like everything started to tank, that we had a patchwork offensive line and we were still running the ball down people's throats. Yep. So I think a lot of that has to do with this. I mean, he is that good, but I mean, they were making holes for him too. So it's not like you can say like they weren't doing their job. I think it's just when you have a shitty scheme and you paint yourself, you put yourself into a box where the other team knows exactly what you're going to be doing on every play. It's kind of hard to really do anything about it. Like, do we need more talent and consistent talent? Absolutely. I'm not saying the offensive line is good to go at all, but
we had a stretch of games where we actually dominated running the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm listen, but the point I want to make is this. See, you just want to be a smart ass. You don't listen. That's the problem.
The smart ass. He said the same fucking thing. He's like, we just had.
I'm not done. I'm not done. You're talking about everyone's talking about the good running game was behind Breece. What he said, right? But the problem is, man, Breece is not gonna be ready to probably mid-season, bro. Like he's coming up with some.
He said he's gonna be ready for training camp, right?
Yep.
Man, I don't believe that, man. Prime time, come on, man. That's a major injuries to come back from. He's a running back, bro. He's gonna be he's gonna be on the pup list, man. He's gonna be. I'm telling
he'll be limited at training camp. He won't be full go, but he'll probably be limited at least.
He's not gonna be full go He's not gonna be full go the start of the season. He's not gonna be full go. Tyson, you already know about
he could be active and just get 50%.
I don't know shit, man. I don't know anything, man. I don't know about injuries.
Those injuries, man. Come on.
How fast did Cam Akers come back?
Yo, listen. What he looked at when he came back? Yo, look
at
Barkley. Look at Barkley. You know what I'm saying? It took him 2 years to get back.
Zach, thanks for calling, man. We appreciate it.
Take it easy, guys.
Have a good night, man.
This show is just a disaster.
Jeez.
Let's make it even fucking worse. What's up, Joe?
Somebody to fight with you and not me. Then.
Been a long time.
What's going on, big dog?
Doing all right. How you doing? But regardless, this conversation is so fucking frustrating. I don't understand why we're acting like Derek Carr is on the same level as Aaron Rodgers. It doesn't make
We're
fucking
not.
sense.
You, Joe.
Derek,
But
no.
that's the problem.
Tyson,
We're not
let me
acting like
talk.
that.
Let me talk. I got
Nobody's
one.
ever said that in the
Let me talk.
conversation.
Let me
Nobody.
talk.
Let him talk.
Aaron Rodgers is arguably a top 5 quarterback in NFL fucking history. Hi, Alma. Objectively, he's a top 10 quarterback in NFL history. I don't know, outside of that one MVP season, Derek Carr has ever been a top 10 quarterback in the fucking league. I don't get it. We're talking about a guy.
He's having an MVP year before he
We are
got hurt.
talking about a guy that's coming off back-to-back MVPs where he threw 85 touchdowns and 9 picks over the course of 2 seasons. And because what? He played 1 year with a young cast of wide receivers with a broken fucking thumb, and he still threw 27 touchdowns, 13 inches, had a solid year, almost made the playoffs. Now all of a sudden he's dog shit. Now all of a sudden
Nobody's
he's Derek
saying this.
Carr. Now all of a sudden he's
You're
Derek
arguing-
Carr
Where you
level.
getting this
Have
shit
you guys
from?
watched
Arguing with
two
yourself,
quarterbacks play
dude.
football, or are you just looking up stats? Have you
You're
watched
arguing with
Carr play?
yourself.
Because we're acting like
Where'd you get
Derek
that
Carr.
from?
I'm not going to stop talking, so you just shouldn't try to cut me off.
Oh, you can
We're
stop
acting like
talking.
Derek
You can make
Carr
that happen.
is-
Trust me.
Stop talking now.
I told you we can
Oh,
stop
come on. He was
talking.
on a roll.
I
Come
can-
on.
Yo, I can tell you we
I
can
was
stop
enjoying that.
talking. It's very simple. Like it didn't matter. I knew that
That's
shit
all
was
right.
coming. When he said, "Yo, you can't
I'm
stop
not
me
gonna
from
stop talking. You can't stop
I
me.
knew that was coming. Fuck out of here.
The thing is, nobody said that. We're not saying Aaron Rodgers is not a great quarterback. Nobody said that. Nobody has
good
said
job.
anything about that. Nobody's
It's
saying
just-
Derek Carr is better than Aaron Rodgers. Never said that.
Bro.
We're not. I mean,
And
they're
no-
just generating fucking conversations here. Jesus
Nah, man.
Christ.
And
At least
the
be
point-
accurate.
Some people are.
Yeah,
though. Not
no,
you guys.
and the whole point of it, the matter is that I've said on numerous occasions, Aaron Rodgers is my first choice. I'm just saying I'm not willing to wait 5 or 6 weeks.
I'm
Yo,
scared.
fucking crazy, bro.
See,
Like,
this
yo,
is the way the show
prime
usually
time
works.
Prime time starts this shit. Then he sits back like he didn't do shit.
But
That's
no,
the
but
only fucking
the
problem.
way this shit works
You
is
guys dug
usually
your own grave.
it's like a conversation between the caller and us. Like we go back and forth to talk. You don't like dictate to us in terms of our own show. What the fuck is that?
He had a lot of anger he wanted to get out.
Well, you can talk. I mean, well, what are you gonna do? Life goes on. So let's see. We'll go to. Let's see. Let's go to calm. We'll go to calmness this time. What's up, man?
How's it going? Thanks
up,
for having me
man?
on.
Bubs.
Tyson, I just wanted to say, doing great stuff with the veterans. So it's awesome to
Oh,
see.
thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's great stuff. So, wild stuff. I mean, it's just Jets quarterback talk. I mean, it's can't wait till we have an off season and we're not talking about this. But I'm also a supporter of Carr. I mean, Rodgers is obviously option one. I've just put that out there first. But I think there is a lot of hate on Carr. I think a lot of people are just acting like, I mean, like, what's up, balls? For example, like, would you say Carr's top 15 in the league? Above
Yes.
average?
Borderline,
That's if it's
right,
top-
right
like
around there.
13,
Yeah.
14,
Something
okay.
like that.
I mean, I tend to agree too. I think there's a lot of people out there that are acting like he's this terrible quarterback that if we get him, like, I think personally, primetime, I think he's a lot better than Tannehill, in my opinion. I mean,
Based on what?
I mean, just in terms of I think just overall when you watch him play, he's a lot better than Tannehill. I mean, Tannehill had the one good year in Tennessee and then he started to struggle. But, I mean, you could also make the same excuse for Tannehill that he didn't have many weapons around him. I mean, he did have the coaching, but Carr has never had that. I mean, Carr in the one playoff game that he played against Cincinnati, which was a buzzsaw, that's another reason why I think it's kind of unfair to criticize him for that one playoff game. Cincinnati, that team was hot. I mean, that team, nobody was able to beat them. I mean, they went on the road and beat Kansas City. And his receivers that game were nobodies. I mean, it was Zay Jones.
Derek Carr beat Patrick Mahomes?
No, I'm saying like I'm saying Burrow went on the road and beat Mahomes that year. They obviously stopped or lost to the Rams because the Rams built a super team with, Stafford and Kupp and McVay, who's a great coach. But that game against the Bengals, I mean, he didn't have many receivers at all. I mean, he had Zay Jones, but Zay Jones wasn't really any good this season or up until this season until he obviously got into an offense and got more reps. I think Hunter Renfrow is okay, but I think Elijah Moore could potentially be better. He did have Waller. That's something I hope if Carr does come here, maybe utilize the tight ends more. But again, Rodgers is obviously the one, but I think the Carr hate's just a little outrageous. I mean, and Tyrone, you brought this up, and Rodgers, there potentially doesn't show up to, the offseason workouts and stuff. Carr will. There's just a little bit of the.
Are you comfortable with a long-term deal for Carr though? Like 4 or 5 years, you're comfortable doing that?
Yeah, I mean, he's 32 in March. I'm
Yeah.
comfortable with that. I mean, I'm fine with like a 4-year deal. I mean, he can give you. I mean, he's going to give you length. I mean, Rodgers, you can't give that to him, obviously, also because of cap reason. But he's also not going to play 4 more years in the league. But I'm okay with that for Carr personally. And you guys mentioned this a lot. I mean, the timeline, it's just confusing. I mean, and Tyson, you mentioned this. Rodgers loves this. This is all Rodgers now because now he's on vacation wherever he is, out of the darkness. He'll go on McAfee and who knows what he says on there. But this is it. Like, he loves this. This is his opportunity to shine. All the tension on him. Carr's going around, making his rounds with different teams and stuff. But this is the opportunity for Rodgers.
Do you think based on all the like the stories that are coming out now, the Packers are kind of over far, they're ready to move on with Jordan Love, stuff like that, that the compensation is actually dropping? That's not as high as we thought it's going to be?
Yeah, potentially, yeah. I mean, I think, again, if this continues to drag out, and as you mentioned, as you guys talked about, like if this continues to drag out near free agency, teams are going to need to make up their mind because, again, you can't wait until free agency and then still have a vacancy. And also, you still have, let's say the Jets still have a vacancy at quarterback free agent. Who's going to want to come here?
Well, the thing is, what I kind of wonder about is if Aaron Rodgers says, you know what, I want to be traded, I want to go to the Jets, and the Jets know that, and that's the only team he wants to go to. Why the fuck are they going to give up a draft ransom if we're bidding against ourselves? But listen, we'll give you a second this year, a second next year. If you don't want that, then we're out.
Yeah.
Like, right? Like, can't the Jets play hardball kind of? If they know, like, if Rodgers says this is where I want to go, Hackett's there or whatever else, it's either that or can't the right? Am I just crazy or no?
You would think, yeah, as long as he actually limits it to one team and he has a destination in mind that he wants to go to, and if it's the Jets, yeah, you would think they would be able to play hardball.
I'm sorry. You're crazy. If Aaron Rodgers said he wants to come to the Jets and they want a first-round pick, that shit is getting shipped immediately. No question.
I don't think so, dude. But that's where the Jets got to be smart, though, where it's like you're basically negotiating against yourself. Unless the Raiders are part of it and they give the 7th pick in the draft, then you're screwed. Then you got to ransom up. But if, you know what I mean, it could be lower where teams like, he doesn't have a huge market where he only wants to play in certain areas and that's it. And it's not going to go to NFC. They're not going to go to 49ers. He's not going to go out there anywhere.
Exactly. They're not going to. I mean, I think the Packers have already said that they don't want to trade him to another NFC opponent because, down the road, potentially, 1 year, 2 years. I mean, who even knows? I mean, that's obviously a key factor, but who even knows if Jordan Love's going to be able to take them to the playoffs and if they would ever match up. But Carr, I know the coaching's different, but Carr is similar to like a Stafford situation. I mean, Stafford was 0-3 with the Lions in the playoffs, goes to the Rams. It's definitely a little different because he has McVay and stuff, and Cooper Kupp was in the middle of a historic season, but I like Carr. I do. I mean, I might be.
It's okay, Bubs. It's okay to say that. We're a very welcoming show here, where you can have varied opinions. It's okay to say that. You're safe here. We won't pull you.
I have one question. I'm not saying whether I agree or disagree. Like Carr facing the Bills at home. Do you trust him in a playoff game?
Nope.
Yes.
Against Josh Allen?
Yes.
No.
Of course I do. Why not?
Blind faith.
It's not blind faith. Do we want to look at Aaron Rodgers' performance in big games over the last few years?
Yeah, you want to ignore the 12 playoff wins and just focus on the 9 or 10 losses.
What did he do this year in big spot?
You want to look at his playoff numbers, the 45 touchdowns, the 12 interceptions.
No, I want to look at wins and losses. Let's look at wins and losses.
Yeah, let's look at Derek Carr's win and loss percentage in the playoffs.
Both of y'all wrong. Both of y'all are wrong because it's not Derek Carr versus Josh Allen. It's the Jets defense against Josh Allen and Buffalo defense against Derek Carr. And we have a good.
And it's Sean McDermott against Rob Saleh. Good luck.
If we have a good running game, we're moving the football, then that's all that matters. I mean,
what comes down to the defense too, stopping Josh Allen.
Yeah, but those
Zach Wilson beat him for Christ's sakes.
Those kind of games. Yeah, but those kind of games are won, you know what I'm saying, by what your team does well. You know what I'm saying? I mean, having a guy that you can't put 8 in the box in is a difference maker that we haven't had in a while. I understand what Aaron Rodgers is. I understand what Derek Carr is as well. I know Derek Carr's prime time. You're right. He's the second option. But if that's the only option that we have, then that's our number one option. If Aaron Rodgers wants to come here, and there's nobody going to deny you wouldn't take Aaron Rodgers. In 2 years, it works out perfectly if he's willing to renegotiate. But you need other pieces and other factors. What I'm saying to you is Derek Carr will be at OTAs. He'll be working out with these guys. Aaron Rodgers, I don't think he would do that. I don't think he has that kind of time. He really wants to invest that kind of time in the summertime working out with these young guys. And that to me is why they struggled in Green Bay this year, because he had no continuities with these young players. And being the guy that he is, coming in here, if Aaron Rodgers comes here, the expectations are play the Super Bowl. There's nothing else to talk about.
Yeah.
So, but if you're behind with working with these guys, I mean,
just to answer that last comment, I mean, it's either a choice of long-term stability at the position, which is why I'm still open to drafting a quarterback because I do think it's a talented draft. I listen. You can laugh all you want. If we're talking about what's potentially in, hold on. I'm just gonna keep. I'm gonna be like Joe. Just keep talking. If we're talking about what's in the best interest of the New York Jets long-term,
You know what happened to Joe, right?
You cannot completely write off drafting a quarterback if you don't get Aaron Rodgers. To me, that's Plan B, not Derek Carr. Drafting a quarterback would be player. Yes.
You're out of your fucking mind.
You can't. It is stupid to make a blanket statement of, "Oh, we can't draft a quarterback" without even looking at the prospects.
So now you're going to take this win now team and draft a quarterback and make what? Zach Wilson versus C.J. Stroud for the.
Did the Jets not have a win now team in 2009 with a rookie quarterback that went to back-to-back AFC championships?
Good luck with that plan, dude.
A rookie quarterback that wasn't very good, by the way.
Your plan B is a rookie quarterback. You're out of your fucking mind.
You're making a
1,000% out of your mind.
That we can't have a rookie quarterback.
I'll make that blanket statement. I am not taking quarterback in the first 2 rounds as my answer. I'm not.
And the other part of this,
100% not doing it.
The other part of this that you'll ignore, I'm sure, but by signing a stopgap and drafting a quarterback, we actually might be able to do the right thing for once with a young quarterback.
So now
let them sit for a couple games and develop them the right way.
Now. So now we're going to go to a stopgap.
Why is that such a bad idea?
It's a terrible idea.
If the stopgap is Tannehill and the drop ball, I can read you all the numbers.
Now Tannehill's a stopgap. He's not going to be here for 2 or 3 years.
Isn't that a stopgap?
Stopgap is 1 year, dude. 2 or 3 years is not a stopgap.
You can't have a 2-year stopgap. Okay, we're splitting here.
I mean,
you're going to give Tannehill how much? You're going to give him what, $25 million a year to be a stopgap quarterback?
I don't care. He's a placeholder.
But
until I can actually
$25 million a year.
I probably wouldn't give him that much.
What do you think he's going to come here for? 5?
You have options though. You have him.
A stopgap is Jacoby Brissett.
Jacoby Brissett, baby.
Jacoby Brissett. Baker Mayfield's a stopgap. So now you're going from Aaron Rodgers.
Tannehill or Jimmy G give me a chance to win in that stopgap. Well, I could also. How are they not stop? I don't understand. How are they not stopgap options? You're not giving them a 4 or 5
because you're not coming here for 1 fucking year. You think Jimmy G's coming for 1 year?
You don't know that,
bro. Come on.
We don't know that.
You've got to be.
I know for a fact they're not signing for 4 or 5 years like Carr's going to sign. I know that.
You think Jimmy G's not going to want a 3-year deal at least?
I know he's not getting the years and the money that Carr's getting. That's all I know.
He's still going to want fucking big money, dude.
Carr is a long-term commitment. You can get out of Tannehill's contract. You can get out of Jimmy G's contract, and you can still draft a quarterback. And you can let them sit and develop them the right way, which we have not done for the last 4 fucking quarterbacks that we've drafted. We've thrown every single one of them into the fire.
So you're going from Super Bowl or bust to fucking drafting guys.
Geno Smith, perfect example. Threw him in there before he was ready.
Geno Smith we're talking about now?
I'm just saying this is what we do with young quarterbacks. We throw them into the fire before they're ready, and then we get rid of them.
Should we talk about Boomer Esiason's career too while we're at it?
Why not develop one the right way?
Jesus
why isn't that an option with the talented quarterback draft class? We act like it's boom or bust. If we wait on Aaron Rodgers, then we don't get it.
We're talking about a win now team. A win now team. You want to draft a fucking quarterback in the first round?
Yes, you can. That's an option. That's an option.
Mind.
That's an option.
For you, not for me.
If it's a talented quarterback and the Jets have a hole at the quarterback position, you'd rather sign up for 5 years of Carr than potentially get the best guy on
I'd rather sign Carr and draft the left tackle at 13. I would. I'd rather go for winning now with my team with Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson before I got to pay these guys.
I want the best quarterback. If you think you're winning something in the AFC without an elite quarterback and an elite head coach, you're out of your mind.
So I'd rather go
to trade up. Whatever picks you were going to ship off.
You want the best quarterback. I'd rather the known commodity over unknown commodity. You're assuming the guy you draft is going to be a fucking superstar.
What is Carr known for? What exactly is on his resume?
Fucking Pro Bowls. He made 4 of them.
All right,
let's go. Let's ignore Pro Bowls now.
4,000 reasons.
So let's Tyrone. The way
it says the guy ignoring playoff wins and a Super Bowl victory. Let's ignore numbers. Okay.
I'm not ignoring numbers. I know all of Aaron Rodgers' numbers, but you like to throw his numbers out there once
and say, all right, he's lost in the playoffs.
So Aaron Rodgers makes an MVP. That's great. Derek Carr makes a Pro Bowl. He's shit. That's how it works, right?
No, because Aaron Rodgers actually wins. Derek
Carr does anything, and Aaron Rodgers is playing for the fucking Matt LaFleur and the Packers.
Oh, okay, that's what it is.
Derek Carr's playing fucking one of the worst organizations of football.
And what are the Jets?
If he doesn't want to come here, then what? Prime time.
It's everybody else but Carr.
All this time you're waiting.
No, it's just Tyrone. There's rules here. The rules are if Derek Carr does anything positive, it's bullshit. Aaron Rodgers does it, he's an elite god. That's the way it works.
Like that.
Yeah, and if Aaron Rodgers loses in the playoffs, it's all on him.
I'm pretty sure
if Derek Carr doesn't make the playoffs.
Derek Carr is probably responsible for inflation right now, too. I'm pretty sure he did that, too. The reason why gas prices are going up is fucking Derek Carr. That bastard.
So your plan B technically would then be
The
draft.
draft. We're gonna draft somebody.
Draft
Is that how we
the
work
Draft,
that
draft,
well?
with a
Exactly.
draft with a stopgap. Yeah,
Yeah, we'll just do
Because
another
this-
5-year plan.
because this is a talented quarterback draft class.
I mean,
Jesus
Carr though. I mean,
Christ.
last year he was 2021 he was 200 yards away from 5,000 yards.
Exactly.
what does he want?
Bubs. He's
Draft
averaging
somebody.
4,000
Good
every year,
God.
Bubs.
Yeah.
Listen, better quarterback play we'd have had in this motherfucker in 50 years. But you don't want to. You would have
Mhm.
passed on him because you
Same
would've
exact
waited.
numbers as Tannehill for their career.
So if prime
Like that.
time, if Aaron Rodgers, we wait for Aaron Rodgers and he decides to say that you know what he wants to stay in Green Bay.
Yeah.
Then what do we do prime time?
Like I
Your
said-
suggestion is draft a
Like I
quarterback.
said, we have
So
plenty.
Jimmy G, Carr's gone, but Jacoby Brissett and draft a quarterback. Got you. Makes sense.
You're having trouble listening tonight too. I said you can sign any one of
I
those.
hear you
stopgap
fine. No,
options.
I have no problem hearing you. I think it's just
A-
bullshit.
any one of them that isn't a 3 or 4 year deal. Any quarterbacks willing to sign a 1 or 2 year contract, whether it's Tannehill, Jimmy G, I don't care who it is. You have plenty of options. Lamar Jackson might become available. Justin Fields might become available. You
Lamar
can trade
Jackson's
up.
not.
We
Lamar
act like
Jackson's
it's-
not going
we
to be
act like-
available. And
Okay.
Justin Fields not going to be available. I mean, come on. What are we
Well,
doing?
I think
Okay,
Lamar
okay.
Jackson is
So
my
if
trade.
Justin Fields isn't available, that means the number 1 pick is available.
let's just
Prime time.
trade for Justin
No.
Herbert. Let's fuck it. Let's go for
Tyson,
that route.
I got.
Now, I'm
prime time,
actually
I got
giving
something
options
for
that could happen. But,
Nah,
you know.
this is what you're looking at, prime time.
Maybe Joe Burrow's
You're
available.
saying-
Let's
you're
try for
saying
that.
you keep saying that we got options, right?
Yeah,
What you
because
don't
there's options,
understand, prime time, those quarterback got options too to go somewhere else that,
Okay.
that needs quarterback. Washington needs a quarterback. It's a lot of teams that need a starting quarterback. So these guys are going to get jobs. You know what I'm saying? So listen,
I'd be
listen,
fine with Mike White too.
it's the same. It's the same
Bring
way
him back
someone-
for a year or two with another rookie
Yo,
and Zach
it's the
Wilson.
same.
Cool.
It's the same way thinking you're the shit when somebody else is the shit. They did the shit as well. You're thinking this is a great opportunity. Oh, we got options. This quarterback got options. You think Tannehill's gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna go to Jets for 1 year, but I can go sign with Atlanta and be there for 2 or 3 years? Why would he do that?
All right, we'll
I mean,
see.
come on, man.
Bob,
You
your
wanna
thoughts
draft
on
a
this
quarterback?
bullshit?
Yeah, I don't. I just like. Do you prime time? What like
Go ahead,
what's? I
There's
just
no
have a
fixing
question.
him.
Like, what's
No,
the
go ahead.
problem?
Hey, Chris,
What? Why don't you believe in Carr? Like, what's your
my
biggest
issue my issue with Carr first is the timeline. Signing him now or potentially signing him now until we know with Aaron Rodgers, that's a problem. My second issue is the fact that we all acknowledge, I think, that Robert Saleh is potentially going to be fired if the Jets don't make the playoffs this year, right? He almost got fired after last year. The team lost 6 in a row. There were issues in the
He
locker
almost
room. They
get fired. He
collapsed.
was fine. He wasn't getting fired this year.
Well, all the speculation started, and that was the exact same thing that
But
happened.
that
with
was
Todd
us
Bowles.
starting it.
You don't think there was any? You don't think there was any smoke around that, like internally, where there were some conversations? You don't think so?
Nope.
You lose 6 in a row like that. Owner was embarrassed. Again,
Continuity. Continuity and blame
again,
and blame
Woody
Zach
Johnson.
Wilson.
Woody Johnson was not here when the hire was made. So personally, I think that Saleh is going into this year on the hot seat. So if you're giving a quarterback, like I keep saying, if you're giving a quarterback 4 or 5 years guaranteed, and then you have an issue with your head coach after this year or the year after, now you're limiting your head coaching search to somebody that wants to work with Carr. And to me, that's a problem.
So if Aaron Rodgers comes here and the Jets go 7-10 and Saleh gets fired, you have Aaron Rodgers next year. It's fucking 40 years old. Is some coach going to want to come here for that?
I'm taking my chance with Rodgers. He's the best quarterback available. I'm taking my chances.
So
with
that's
that.
so the scenario
And
only
at the
works
very-
for Derek Carr.
But Rodgers is 2 years, and then you're done, and then you're finding somebody else anyway.
But the same situation. So for me, we're already going to the Jets losing, which is fucking hysterical.
Well, yeah,
But
I mean,
it's like-
if the Jets
so-
lose with whoever the quarterback is, yeah, Saleh's going to get fired.
but to me-
the
to me,
difference
it's like-
being with Rodgers, he's going to be done. You have a clean slate
And a
You
huge
can
cap hit.
interview. You can interview again. That's going to be restructured if he's going to be a Jet.
In
I think we
theory.
agree on that. In all likelihood, it's going to be restructured. So you would have a clean slate and a coach that can pick his quarterback.
Or
If
you
you're
can
signing
have- you
Carr
can
to
have-
4 or 5 years,
Yeah, or you
and it
could have a
doesn't work,
competent
you got a
quarterback on the
problem.
staff, and you can
Yeah,
just
see
say-
that's the thing. I
Yeah.
just don't want like personally. I'm just done with drafting. I would rather have.
Me too.
This is just my opinion. I'd rather have
Hell
Carr
We're
yes.
done with
bring him
drafting
in
because
Say
and
it
we
he
again.
gets
We're,
fired.
Say it
we're
again,
done with
Bob.
drafting because
Say it
we haven't
again,
been able
Bob.
to develop a quarterback because we haven't tried to develop a
No,
quarterback.
we're done
the right
drafting
way.
for a win now
Like,
team. There's too much
bro.
talent to sit around and wait for a
Yeah.
kid to develop. We got to win now. You just did 2
Yeah.
years with Zach Wilson. This team is ready. You say it yourself. You're ready to sell your soul for Aaron Rodgers. So now it's either Aaron Rodgers go for a Super Bowl or fucking tank and fucking go
Joe
4-13.
Burrow went to the Super Bowl as a second-year quarterback. Jalen Hurts went to the Super Bowl as a third-year quarterback. Why is it
Okay,
impossible to
So
go
wait,
to the
you're gonna
Super
wait.
Bowl
You're gonna
with
wait
a young
3 years.
quarterback?
So you're gonna waste 2 years of Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson while you're figuring out.
So
your
you're
fucking
saying
quarterback?
that Derek Carr is going to take the Jets to the Super Bowl in the next 2 years?
I'm saying the Jet. I think Derek Carr can make this team very, very good. Yes, I'm saying it. I'm not scared to say it. You're not going to bully me into not believing it. I
What's
believe
very,
it.
very good?
Dude, once you make the playoffs, anything can happen.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers has proven that. He's made the playoffs and hasn't always won. Or he doesn't have fucking. He's not Tom Brady.
Well, do me a favor then. Take a
I'll
look
do you
at
a favor. I still believe in Derek Carr no matter what you tell me.
Okay, so take
no
a look
matter
at the
what
last,
you tell me, you're not going to
take a look at the last 30 Super Bowl winners. Look at the quarterback. Look at the winning quarterback for each team.
Don't
look
care
at the head
about any
coach
of these
for
things.
each winning team, and you tell me where you think Salah and Derek Carr rank in the AFC, and if they realistically could do that.
But the difference is, I don't like. If I was the owner of this fucking bullshit team, I would have fucking given the draft picks and brought in Sean Payton here and changed the whole fucking game. Because
then we're having a different combo about Carr.
But that's the whole thing. So the indecisiveness is because we're not sure what Salah is and Hackett. So the only saving grace is Hackett has ties to Rodgers, which makes you feel a little bit better. That's the only thing.
And that's why you need an elite quarterback.
All right. Yeah, I still think Derek Carr is a very good quarterback, and it's fucking. I give him a 4-year deal, no problem with it. And I think he can bring the team to the playoffs, and anything can happen. There's no guarantees. If there's guarantees, the Bills will be in the Super Bowl. They're not in the Super Bowl, and they got one of the best quarterbacks in football.
Yeah, and to be honest, I mean, Josh Allen did not have a good playoffs this year. I mean, he struggled at home in the snow against the Bengals, and he barely got past
in a perfect Bills environment.
I mean, they've had a shot every year for the last 3 years. They were how many seconds away? They're how many seconds away from getting to the championship game?
I think
a year ago.
But that's the thing.
That's what you want, though. An elite quarterback gives you a chance every year, right? So either you get the guy that gives you that chance for now, which is Aaron Rodgers, or you try to find the long-term answer, and I don't think Carr's it.
Prime time is okay. What would you rate Jalen Hurts?
I mean, he's definitely top 15, borderline already top 10. I mean, with the way he played this last year.
Top 15?
Definitely top 15, yeah.
Okay, so is Derek Carr.
Would you rather Jimmy G or Carr?
Carr. 100% Carr.
If it's Jimmy G 100%. On a 2-year contract or maybe even like a 30-year option kind of contract or Carr for 4 or 5 years, it's Jimmy G.
Stop it. No fucking way.
Oh, come on, man. What the cap, man?
No
come
way.
on with the bullshit,
with injuries?
Man.
Is he bringing Shanahan with him? Is he bringing Shanahan and a new doctor with him?
Who's Carr bringing with him?
Yo,
health,
bro.
ability,
Jesus,
leadership.
Man.
Ability to do what?
Stop the cap,
God
man.
Damn, dude. Did Carr, did he kick your dog or something? Did he flatten your tire?
Had to. If the argument, and you can't answer this, if the argument for Carr is that he's going to come here because he's going to have a better system, a better defense, whatever, and that's going to lead to him winning, well, Jimmy G has done that already with a good defense, a good running game, good coaching. He's already proven he can win.
Then why do the 49ers not want him anymore?
They drafted a quarterback too.
But if Jimmy G brought him to the Super Bowl,
the quarterback's hurt.
So why are the Raiders getting rid of Carr?
No, I answered your question. Answer my question. Why Jimmy G is so fucking good? Why are the 49ers getting rid of him?
Derek Carr is so fucking good. Why are the Raiders getting rid of him?
Because because Josh McDaniels doesn't get along with him.
That's the point I'm trying to make. All these quarterbacks to me, they're all in the same box. They're all stopgaps. One of them wants a 5-year contract. One of them maybe you can get for a 2 or 3-year contract. Totally.
I mean, that's the one thing that
totally different situation. They have their first round pick that they've been developing the last 3 years. This is the time to do it for them.
That's the one thing about Carr.
Completely different situation.
They want to cut him. They want to get rid of him.
Different situation.
How? It's the same shit.
No, it's not. Completely different.
Bubs, your thoughts?
What team gets rid of a MVP Hall of Famer
when he's got a $60 million bonus that they can't afford, and they have their first round pick who they've been developing for 3 years, who they're going to lose if they don't give him a chance to start this year.
Prime time. You can't make this shit up, bro. You can't.
You're right. You can't.
Bro.
How you doing, Bubs?
That we've been watching this kind of shit for 12 years, and we're voluntarily saying, let's sign up for Plan B. Awesome. Great.
Nobody's volunteering. Listen, we're not volunteering. We're saying we like Rodgers.
He's willing to give Derek Carr is the worst player. He's willing to give Carr a contract right now. That's voluntarily.
I never said that. Did I say that?
You didn't. Tyrone did. He said right now he'd give Derek Carr 5 years.
If I had a chance,
did you not say that? Did you not say that? You did, right?
If you shut the fuck up, I would say what I said.
It's a yes or no question.
Damn, you keep asking the question.
It's a yes or no question. Did you say it? Yes or no?
You haven't gave a yes or no all fucking night.
Did you say it?
Yes or no? Yes or no all night.
Yes, you said it. Yes, you said it.
You know what, Prime Time?
Yes, you said it.
I'm gonna let you have the floor, sir. Go ahead.
I'm asking a yes or no question.
I mean, I don't know what your question was, sir.
Would you give Derek Carr a contract right now? 5 years. And you said yes.
I didn't say 5 years. If I had a chance to sign Derek Carr right now, I am going to sign. I am going to sign Derek Carr. I sure am. I'm not going to wait for Aaron Rodgers to say what the fuck he wants to do. Why would I do that when his team lacks a quarterback? And you wait 5 weeks and Aaron Rodgers say, "Yo, you know what? I want to sit in darkness and I just want to go home." What the fuck, bro?
And then you move on to your plan B. And then you move on to your plan B. And if Carr's not
Exactly.
there,
No.
so be it.
All right.
There's other plan B and C options.
Listen,
The
Derek Carr
drop
is my
off from
plan
Carr
B.
and some of these other options is not that big.
I want
and
Carr
if
so
you
bad
draft
now.
somebody,
I think
Carr
if
is
you
my
draft
plan
somebody, you
B.
might actually get somebody better on a rookie
Derek
contract.
Carr is my plan B, prime time. I want Aaron
If he's
Rodgers.
willing to sign a 2-year deal, fine. He could be my plan B too.
2-year deal. It's never
I
happening.
think Carr is. I don't know. I just think Carr. I mean, Carr's good. Like, he's better than.
I want
Tannehill.
Carr
He's
so
better
bad
than-
right now just to
I
piss,
take
just piss prime
Carr's.
time off.
Carr's also reliable. I mean, he plays 17 games a year. Jimmy G might get 12 games out
Oh,
of him.
except for
and
that
that's
one year he
about
got
it.
hurt towards the end of the year. Except for that 1 year.
The year he's playing like an MVP. Yeah, that year.
Yeah, and then he got hurt.
Let's not forget that.
Then he got hurt.
We're
And I mean-
that stat.
And then he got.
That
I mean,
don't
you're
count.
telling me
Like,
he's
the-
reliable, but then in the year that he was playing great, he gets hurt. So I mean,
The drop
I mean, that
off
happens. I
between
mean,
Carr
Rodgers
and
was hurt.
Brissett
Look at
is
that. Rodgers got hurt this
monstrous.
year, didn't he?
play through it, didn't he?
How'd that work out for him?
Won 7 games in a row. You know, that's.
Did they make the playoffs? He's a Hall of Famer. Make the playoffs, right?
Won 7 games.
Did
in
they
a
win
row.
the Super Bowl?
Okay.
Oh, okay. No, maybe he played
Carr
great.
get there.
Great. Did they
Carr
win?
get there. Carr get there.
No, but well, Carr's so much lower than Rodgers. Rodgers
Yeah.
is a hero. He should have won
Yeah.
anyway. He should be in
Yeah.
at least the playoffs.
Look at the playoff numbers.
I'll look at him. Look at the teams. Look at the results, and look at what this.
Yeah, look at the
elite
results.
player.
Look at the results. Look at the results.
Yeah, one Super
Speak for
Bowl.
themselves.
Fucking 18 years.
I mean,
Playoffs
He's
every
got
year.
MVPs though.
Rodgers has lost 3 big home playoff games in his own building in the past 3 years. Again, the Super Bowl's big, but I mean that's
How dare you speak facts, Bubs? That's
How
against
How
the
many
show.
has
Yeah.
Carr lost? That's right. He wasn't even in
Bubs,
position.
Bubs,
have
this is
his
the
home
problem,
playoff
Bubs.
games.
Bubs, this is a real issue right here, Bubs. See, 1 Super Bowl counts for prime time 10 times. Because he's been in the league 18 years, so fuck it. You know,
All right,
Derek
so
Carr's been in the
by
league-
so by
Derek
so by
Carr's
that
been in the league
logic,
9 years. So
by that
Derek Carr
logic,
got 9 years. He
by
has
that
9 more
logic-
years. He
by
might
that
win
logic,
Super Bowl in
you
9
don't
years.
want Drew Brees
I'm just
either.
saying.
You wouldn't want Drew
I'm
Brees.
just saying.
Drew Brees, just an average
I'm just
quarterback.
saying.
One
I don't
Super
want
Bowl.
the Breeze.
Terrible.
You know, I don't want. You know, I don't
Lost
want
the play. Drew Brees
Drew
lost a
Brees
playoff
is
game to
fucking
Herm Edwards.
retired.
He lost a
Drew
playoff
Brees
game to
retired.
Herm Edwards.
Drew Brees is retired, so it doesn't matter what the fuck you say. He's retired. So, Bubs, I'm just saying, in 18 years, his 1 Super Bowl counts as 10. Now, you know what I'm saying? Derek Carr got 9 years in the league. It's a possibility.
All right, so let's
in
say
the next 9 years, he could get better
Aaron
and win a
Rodgers.
Super Bowl.
Aaron Rodgers, 22 playoff games, 12-10, 5,894 yards,
10.
45
12-10.
touchdowns, 45 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Go ahead.
So you know,
All right.
if we're gonna go by
Well,
playoff, you know what though,
All
Bubs? I
right.
thought about it. Playoff record.
All
I'd rather have Mark Sanchez. He's 4-2.
I mean 12 and 10.
Right back.
What's that like? What's that since the Super Bowl?
Yeah,
Gotta be.
exactly. And how many of his games are at home?
I mean, hey, he lost to 2 warm weather teams at home. I mean, he lost to Sam, and I know he lost to Brady. So okay, maybe you want to
I
cut
just
some
don't
stock there.
understand
But he
how we
lost
can
to the
sit here-
Lions, who weren't even a playoff team.
Lost
I
to
don't
the Lions.
understand how we can sit here and critique one man's playoff losses, even though he's there every single year playing at an MVP caliber level when the other quarterback can't
Well,
even
is
get
it?
there.
But see, what's more
We're not
important? Is it?
critiquing.
Wait, Tyler,
I
I
don't
got a
think
question. But what's more important, being an MVP or winning a Super Bowl?
He gives you the chance to win every
No,
year.
but what's
because
more important?
You're in the
You-
playoffs.
so
like
we-
you
no,
just
no.
said. Hold on, I'm taking your quote. Like you just said 10 minutes ago. Once you get there, you have a chance, right?
Right. But
Don't
you
want one
keep
of the best
mentioning
quarterbacks under center when you get
MVP.
there? Don't
The
you want,
MVP
don't
is
you
great.
want one
Is
of
he
the best
winning Super
quarterbacks
Bowl?
under center when you get there? Yes or no?
Making the playoffs is great, but he keeps losing. So that's it.
So it's only on him.
No,
Has
it's
nothing
on
to do with the rest
everybody.
of the team.
Just like
Oh,
it's
okay.
not Derek Carr's fault. It's not Aaron Rodgers' fault. It's the team.
Okay. But one of them actually
mean-
gets there every year. One of them actually wins.
Yeah, but
every year.
one's on one of the best teams in football. How many games
That has
with the
nothing to do
number one
with him.
seed?
That has nothing to do with him being there every year and being one of the best teams in football.
And
It's nothing to do with the
and
quarterback
not,
position.
okay,
being
it's
great.
fine. You can give him credit for getting there. I could also give him fucking. You can discredit him for not winning at home, right?
So
And-
again, why does Carr not get any critique for not getting there? If we're
He's
gonna
getting
critique Aaron
critique.
Rodgers when he gets
So
there and
he's
loses.
32 years old and has played for a shitty organization. So he's not exceeded to your expectations. Aaron Rodgers at 39 years old, where the fuck he is, has not been a fucking he's a Hall of Famer. He's not Tom Brady. He's not winning all these rings.
Yeah,
in
there's
big
one-
spots,
there-
he's
There's
losing.
one Tom Brady, and that's it. There's one Tom Brady.
Okay.
Nobody's Tom Brady. There's one Tom Brady.
And but
Peyton
Carr, I
Manning
mean,
wasn't Tom Brady.
Tyson, I also agree. I mean, Carr has been handed nothing there. I mean,
Nothing.
they gave him Henry Ruggs, who was obviously
Five
had the
coaches,
terrible
5 different
speeding incident.
coordinators.
Sound like me with
Yeah, and
Sanchez
Bisaccia,
or
they
Darnold.
got them to the postseason, got them to rally around him, and then they fired him to bring in McDaniels, who joins a failed list of Belichick coaches.
Yep.
And then they also drafted that one offensive lineman that was out after year 1, and tons of guys on defense. And those years that he had Crabtree and Amari Cooper, I believe that was around the time where he had that type of MVP season prior to him getting hurt. You give him weapons. I know they gave him Devontae Adams, but I mean, McDaniel
No big deal.
stinks.
Yeah, but the report is that McDaniels doesn't let him audible at the line. He runs a rigid
terrible.
offense where it's like,
McDaniels
I call
is
the play, you
awful.
run it, and that's it.
And McDaniel's going to be a fail this year because he failed in Denver.
You already know
Why?
that.
What's
Listen,
different now?
And this is the thing about Carr, what he's talking about. He's had 5 head coaches in 9 years.
And no
Nobody.
defense.
You don't think
Doesn't
that
speak to
affects
him
you
at all,
in
no.
no capacity?
Yeah. I mean, and again, I don't know if the Jets are going to be elite defense. Obviously, they've got some issues, and the safety's got to be addressed. But I mean, you give them at least a top 10 defense.
Hey, Bub,
mean,
let me ask you a question, Bub. Before the
no.
season started, right, Bub? What did you think? What you have this defense ranked at? Honestly,
Like for this year or next season?
no, last season before we got into the season, like doing like after preseason. What do you think these guys are going to be at? Honestly,
Like last season, where I thought I was going to be at, like prediction wise. I mean,
the defense ranking, yeah. What would you rank to do before we knew how good they were going to be? What your realistic version of this
Top
team?
15, maybe top 18.
Nah,
yeah, I was
I
like
didn't
top
give Nad.
20 at best.
Yep,
I kind of hope for the best, expected the worst, especially because those first couple games were pretty bad. Like that Cleveland game, the defense looked terrible, and Flacco,
but
turned
going
into
into
Tom Brady.
But going into the season, we were all predicting Ulbrich was going to get fired by week 8.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. So Tyson.
Yeah.
So listen, that's the point I'm trying to make. I'm gonna be honest with you. Before this season started, I didn't think the season was gonna be as good as it was. No clue how good it was gonna be. Now, coming back next year, we think we're gonna be good. We could be probably number 32 next year. You know what I'm saying? Because you're losing players. They have to be replaced, and you don't know if you're getting equal or lesser value. So we have 2 linebackers about to leave. We have to get another safety. We're gonna lose offensive linemen. Come on, man. It's just you don't know how good the defense is gonna be. A guy like Carr could come in and put points on the board where we're not playing from behind. You might got a loss, and he might be a cap casualty. Come on, man. This is crazy. I mean, it's a lot. So why not grab something secure? Listen, Primetime, I understand where you come from with Aaron Rodgers. I would love for him to be our guy. But I know if we're waiting another 3 weeks for Aaron Rodgers, bro.
We're not waiting another 3 weeks, dude. It's going to be next week. It's going to be fucking Tuesday. He's going to be on McAfee saying, I want to be traded. He knows the timeline, man. He sees what's going on. He knows that if he wants to be a Jet, he can't hold the Jets hostage while they're, he's got to say something.
I pray to God
Tyson,
he's
he
got an
can.
answer by Tuesday.
Tyson, he can though.
But if he can. But if he truly wants to play football and truly wants to come to the Jets, he knows that he cannot string this out for 3 more weeks because at some point the Jets will be like, we can't fucking wait because not only will fucking Carr be gone, there are other options.
Everybody be gone. Exactly.
I think Rodgers is smart to realize the game he's playing, it's going to be before March 7th. He knows the timeline for all this shit.
But listen, he does that to Green Bay every year, though.
But this is different, though, dude. I think this is different. I think if he wants to get his way out, he knows that he's got to do it because if he wants to bring his teammates with him, have the team, you want to bring Bakhtiari and Tunyon and Cobb and Lazard and all these guys, the Jets got to know the plan, dude. Or wherever he goes, any team's got to free up cap space and make these moves for him. Or if he wants Corey Linsley at center, whatever.
Aaron Rodgers automatically makes us a contender in the league, not just in the AFC. I mean, until the whole league. What I'm saying to you is this, though: if he has to decide what he wants to do, and then he switches. Well, you know what? I'm gonna retire in Green Bay, or I'm gonna retire. I want to go, somewhere else. And if we sit back and we wait, and then we miss, Carr's gone, Jimmy G's gone, Tannehill's gone. Prime time, what's left?
You can't operate that way. You can't think that way. You can't operate.
I don't think he's going to do that, though.
If he's your best option, you wait.
You can't think that way prime time, but the reality of it is sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
No. I don't think he does that, dude. He's smart, man. He knows what's at stake here if he wants to go somewhere. He can't be fucking around. He can't. Right? I mean,
unless he's genuinely just not sure of what he wants to do. Yeah, that's the only way.
Then I'm all in for Carr. And if he doesn't know what he wants to do, then just give me Carr. I don't want a guy
he doesn't want to come here. You know what I'm saying? If he doesn't
want to listen. Or what if he knows he wants to play? He's just not sure where he wants to play yet.
Give me Carr.
I want Carr. I'm
with you, boss. I'm not. I can't. I don't want. I don't want. The last thing I need is a Zach Wilson, Mike White, Brissett training camp battle.
If this was Lamar Jackson as a free agent, I'd be completely on board. Yeah, you can't get shut out. You got a franchise quarterback sitting right there, a guy that can take you to the top, let you compete right away, have a realistic chance of winning a Super Bowl. I'd say fine. You can't let that guy walk out of your building. Fine, you can't wait on the hope of Aaron Rodgers. There's a big difference though between Derek Carr and the next available options. If you don't get Rodgers, the Tannehills, the Jimmy G's, possibly drafting somebody. To me, there's not a huge drop off.
Listen, man, if Aaron Rodgers comes out, if he comes out next Tuesday at McAfee's, like, you know what, I went on vacation, I went on my retreat. I'm just not sure if I want to play football, and that's next Tuesday. I'm out. I'm fucking 100%. I'm, you know what? While you're sitting around waiting, thinking about it, because once you think about retirement, you should be retired.
But what if he goes on the show and says, "No, I do want to play. I just need some time to, evaluate all the choices that I have, take a look at some cities." He wants to. Get
once he says that, the Jets. But see, once he says he wants to play and wants to be traded, the Jets can be aggressive and say, "Here's the package to the Packers. Will you accept our trade offer? Let's see if we can even make a deal with them." Then you can at least start the process and see if they can even work a deal out.
I don't even think that's going to be an issue. Like finding trade compensation, that's going to be the easy part of the deal. The restructure on a contract and him actually
comes with so much baggage. It's just like,
hey, listen,
I'll carry all the bags for him.
The time is 1:25:08, right? When we sign Jacoby Brissett, I'm going to do a shooting on the show. Let y'all know that. Okay. So
if we sign Brissett, I'm
doing a
shooting.
I'll
tell you what.
If we sign Jacoby Brissett as our quarterback and we miss out on every other guy, that is like a new low.
I'll even go better than that. If Jacoby Brissett is the starting quarterback for us, I'm done creating content. I'm fucking done. That'll be done.
We're gonna win.
If week one is Jacoby Brissett, I'm done. Completely done. I'm done. I won't.
But that's what I'm saying. Like when you weigh the differences. If you wait on Rodgers, you risk ending up with Brissett rather than taking Carr being safe and just having a quarterback that's going to win you 10 games and get you to the postseason. Anything's possible. I mean, nobody saw Nick Foles taking the Eagles to the Super Bowl. I mean, anything can happen.
That's like the one example in 30 years. But
good job, Bubs. That's why we bring you on here, man.
You still have Peterson, who's miles better than Solid.
And just so you know, Zach Wilson won't be starting this year, so David, I'm not really worried about that at all.
If he's starting too,
he'll be on the roster though.
He'll be on the roster, but there's no way he's starting week one. Not on purpose, at least.
I take Mike White.
They drop like flies.
If we end up with Brissett, I'd rather Mike White start.
I take Mike White over.
If you get Brissett, that's not a bad thing because that means we're probably drafting somebody. That's not a bad thing.
I agree.
I'm just saying.
Well, you know what? Prime time. It'd be good for you, dude. It'd be good for you because this will be your show. Then you could have it. This will be your show. You and Tyrone.
You don't like the quarterbacks in this draft class, like being serious. So you don't.
No, I'm not doing it.
I mean, the only way you get a competent quarterback is if you tank this year, blow up your staff, and get Caleb Williams. Next season. But I don't want. I can't. You guys have been fans longer than me. I can't suck for another season. You just can't do that. Because then what? What if it blows up again? Then when it's like 6 years of just garbage.
Bubs, we can't even tank right, Bubs.
Yeah.
We can't. Trevor Lawrence supposed to be here right now, Bubs.
Well, yeah.
We can't even tank right. So fuck that.
We wouldn't even be having this conversation.
They'll find a way to win a game that means absolutely fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Imagine how nice life would be if we just fucking tanked properly and we lost those games and Lawrence.
It had Trevor Lawrence. Prime time, we would not be having this fucking conversation.
I mean, Derek Carr did help with the tank, to be fair. He did.
He did his job. He did his job. You're right.
Greg Williams also, ran the blitz.
The great zero blitz by Greg Williams call. That's a true tank champion.
That was supposed to be one of the best moments in Let's Talk Jets.
So now I got to work. Now I got to root for either Derek Carr or Jacoby Brissett. That's what I got to root for. Derek Carr make me happy, and Jacoby Brissett I can quit. That's perfect. Bubs, thanks for calling in, man. We appreciate it. Sorry this was chaos.
Thanks for
Have a good night.
Thanks for having me on. Have a good one.
This show's been straight chaos tonight, bro.
This show's been straight bullshit.
I got no patience.
What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going, guys? That was highly entertaining. And if Kevin counts as caller of the week, he was caller of the week with his fucking rant.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm actually going to keep it short and sweet because I'm sure this chat is blowing up. And plus, I always like to hear Afram to kind of bring up the positive vibes.
We need Afram right now.
I'm going to have to go with Carr. And I'm going to go based on what I know is factual. Is Rodgers, you have to give up draft compensation. And whether or not what that is yet, we still don't know, but we are going to give up something. And in the last year, we've actually seen the importance of keeping draft capital, thanks to Mr. Tyreek Hill giving us the middle finger. Yep. His little fuck off to us actually made us better. Think about where our team would be hypothetically had we actually won the Tyreek Hill sweepstakes.
It's true.
Seriously, think about it.
I mean, I
Are
wouldn't be
we
mad.
still getting Sauce? Are we still getting Hall? Or are we?
Well, they
still-
weren't giving up a first-round pick. The deal that they had agreed to was for second-round picks, so they still would have had the 4 and the 10th pick. I don't know if they would have taken a receiver at 10, but I mean, if you sub Tyreek Hill for Garrett Wilson, I mean, that's still a good problem.
Yeah, I guess. But then remember, they also had to give up something else to also get Jermaine Johnson.
True.
Yep.
So again, I'm still hesitant on, giving up draft picks because, I mean, say what you want. Yeah, they whiffed on the quarterback, but Joe D really does know how to work the draft board. Between Tucker, again, the huge swing and a miss on Wilson. We all know that. It's done. It's over with. I'm not even saying about Becton. I blame that on Gase. It's just a lot easier. I sleep better at night. But he took a huge swing, and I think he hit it out of the park with AVT. He comes back the following year and then gets us the offensive and defensive rookie of the year, which if Hall doesn't get hurt, then we have 2 offensive rookie of the year and the defensive rookie of the year. And again, he moved up to get Hall. And then he also went back in and got Johnson. So as far as drafting goes, I actually trust Joe D on that one. And that's why I'm very, very hesitant on giving up the pick, because the 13th overall pick has to be in this thing for Rodgers. It just has to. And as far as that, I don't want to do another stupid ass rebuild in 2 years. I'm done with rebuilds.
Nope.
That's all we do. Rebuild. And at least with Carr, I've been a Carr believist. I mean, again, he took that team to the playoffs when his coach got fired for racist emails. Yeah. His wide receiver killed somebody. He basically forcefully will drag that team to the playoffs. Now, again, I'm only doing this speculating on what we know is fact, that we are going to have to give something up for Rodgers.
So what's the most you give up for Rodgers, though? You say it's a second-round pick this year and a second-round pick next year.
So that's the whole what if, though, is because one, you have to think, again, I'm only speculating here. You have to think that what you're giving up is going to also be considered with him renegotiating his contract, because we cannot take that contract on. Right. I as much as I want Rodgers and stuff like that, paying this dude $60 million while he just spends a month in pure darkness while we just go jerk off, it sounds like a terrible idea. Tell me I'm wrong, seriously. So
no, it's fine. But in terms of compensation, so say if we get to keep the 13th pick, but say it's a second this year, and I mean, it could be it's not going to be 2 first rounders, but it could be a first rounder next year. Would you do a second this year and a conditional first next year based on playoffs?
Yeah, and I would also need Rodgers, guaranteeing you got me for 2 years. I'm all in.
Completely agree.
2 years. And that's the whole thing too, and that's the other thing that this whole Rodgers Carr thing, I keep going back and forth. And Kevin, I love you, man. I really do. But I don't. Again, my honest belief is, if you were to grade them, right? Rodgers, A+, right?
Yeah.
Derek Carr, solid B+. I think the drop off from there to there is that, but then the drop off underneath that, Garoppolo can't stay healthy.
That's the thing. Just using your own example, yeah. Aaron Rodgers for me, A+. I probably had Carr somewhere in that lower B range, but then the other options are probably C+. I don't think there's that much of a drop off. I think Carr's better than Tannehill and Jimmy G. I don't think by that much though. I don't think by an extra 3 years or $45 million, whatever he's probably looking for in a long-term deal. I don't think he's that much better. And just real quick, hold on. And just to your last point about trading picks, I feel like this is the perfect time to do it. I know Douglas wants to build through the draft, but the fact that you have so many starters from your last 2 draft classes on their rookie contracts, you can afford to trade some picks. You can find some guys in the later rounds. You even have some undrafted free agents with Zonovan Knight who could be part of your backfield. You've got a lot of guys that aren't making much that are on this roster. So I feel like you can afford to give up some picks and hope that Douglas can find some talent in the later rounds.
See, again, I can't argue that sentiment. I can't. I like what Joe Douglas has been doing with the draft. I really, really do.
Talk about his free agency. That's been a real hit, huh?
Yeah, that's the only thing that sucks, man. It really is. But again, hypothetically, let's say he gets Rodgers for fucking 2-2s. Then does he automatically flip the whole script on it, the way he drafts in free agency? You completely flip the narrative on that then.
Well, see, but the thing is, once you get Rodgers, everything changes, man, because then guys like Corey Davis and Carl Lawson, they may restructure. CJ Mosley may restructure because they're like, you know what? They want to play with Aaron Rodgers. So you may get guys that will take less to be here, guys that will restructure. And then in the draft, if you get the other thing too is in the draft, you can go tackle in the first round, go offensive line, try to bolster things. I think Rodgers changes everything, dude, in terms of your approach with your roster development.
Oh, absolutely. It's just he's such a wild card, man. And last thing you want to do is go to the dance with no dance partner.
Well, my biggest concern is that he comes here for a year and then leaves, and then we're just sitting here stuck. We're having the same conversation next year.
That's what I'm trying to say is I'm fine with giving up a first, but I need that guarantee. One, you're restructuring your contract, so we're not paying you $1 gazillion while you're going on a month-long darkness retreat on our dime. And two, I need that guarantee that you're all in and not just you're here for 2 years. Their goal here with him, and it's no cut and dry. If they wanted Carr, they would have signed him over the weekend. That's it. They're trying to use this, in my own personal belief, is to try and salvage whatever they can from Wilson. That's his buddy. That's his BFF. That's his big brother. And if they could sit there and be like, cool, we got you for the 2 years. Wilson, watch him. What he says, jump, how high, that's it. You shut up, you listen, you fucking valet his car if you have to. And then see what maybe salvage something. And year 3, Rodgers goes off.
And year 5 for Zach, who hasn't played in 2 years, and you give him a 5th-year option for $30 million to say, let's hope you play football good.
You would think by then they would already have a general idea if he's basically matured. That's me trusting.
You'd be watching him every day in practice still.
Yeah, that's my whole thing.
So what exactly does that fucking mean? They watched him in practice this year and started him.
Yeah, that's a whole other conversation because we saw a lot of the mistakes that he was making in training camp at practices, and they still started him anyway.
Practice doesn't mean jack shit.
They really babied him through training camp, man.
They've completely mishandled him. Let's be honest. He wasn't ready to play his rookie fucking year.
I'm agreeing with that, but when you have, here's the thing, and honestly, if Wilson can't develop into a franchise quarterback by year 5, when he sat for 2 years by one of the best that ever played the game, he doesn't deserve to fucking wear the jersey.
We're talking about a quarterback that they were scared to play in the last game of the season that was completely meaningless for them in Miami. They were scared to put him in the fucking game.
With 3 starters out on their offensive line, yeah, it kind of makes sense.
Dude, it's football, dude. You got to be able. They're scared to put him on the field.
With how lost that he already was throughout the year, starting and getting benched and back in there, getting booed out of the stadium.
So now
let the year be done and let him regroup.
Let him regroup. Okay, so wait. The expectation this year was Zach had to take a big step. Not only did he not take a big step, he regressed tremendously. So now the new plan is for boy hero here is sit for 2 years. Because sitting for 2 years, you're going to figure shit out. And then we're going to pick up your 5th-year option? That's our plan for the future? Fuck that.
You figure that out when it's time to do it. But.
So I may have a theory on that, Tyson. Were they scared?
No, we do. We leak practice tapes. Zach Wilson looks great in practice. Now we can trade him.
No, I'd like to think, and maybe I'm just a glass half full kind of guy, but I'd like to think they were like, holy shit, what happened the last time we threw this kid out when we didn't need to? He fucking nearly tore his leg.
Yeah, but the thing is, what's weird to me is that everybody's bending over backwards for Zach Wilson when as of this point, Mike White showed more fucking promise. That's what I don't understand. If you're worried about developing a young quarterback, why not the one that actually produced on the field this year? Mike White literally played good football. We're discarding him, saying, you have to leave. We're going to keep damaged goods. That doesn't make it. You're worried about a young quarterback you want to develop. Why can't Mike White learn from Aaron Rodgers? Is that impossible for him to do?
Well, Mike White's a free agent.
But
I don't.
Did he not? Well, he's probably the best quarterback on the roster this year.
Does he want to come back behind Rodgers and Zach Wilson if he's still part of the future?
My point is, everybody's worried about grooming. Oh, we got to groom Zach Wilson. You literally had a better quarterback on your roster. You're letting him walk away. Because what? Because you drafted Zach?
Yeah, because I don't think they want to admit they completely shit the bed on that.
Bro,
We
you
all
don't
know
have
they
to admit
did.
it. It's very
I
obvious.
know,
Not,
but
okay,
we-
Mike,
because we
Mike,
know.
okay, hold on. I'll answer it. I understand Mike White's not young. He's also not fucking 40 either, right? He can't sit and watch Aaron Rodgers for 2 years and learn something, or only Zach Wilson can learn. And meanwhile, Mike White's better than Zach Wilson.
I mean, again, if they want to go, I'm just speculating here. That's all I'm doing. Is I'm trying to rationalize what they are probably trying to do. Is behind these closed doors, what they say, what Woody and Joe and Sala, when they all sit down and they're just like having a good old time, and they're like, we shit the bed on this. We can't let this basically ruin us. So
Oh, they're lucky. Joe Douglas is lucky he drafted Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner. So if they didn't draft
Exactly.
them, he would be on the ridiculously hot seat right now because Zach Wilson and Mekhi Becton would blow up right in his face. And usually you don't get a chance to get a second quarterback. When you blow the second pick in the draft and the quarterback you draft is a mess, and the coach you hired is on the hot seat. That's not exactly ideal for Joe Douglas. But Sauce and Garrett Wilson are saving his job right now. They're letting everybody back off on him.
Absolutely. That's why I said what I said earlier about the whole Tyreek Hill thing. That also inadvertently, I think, saved his job too.
Yeah.
But again, that's just my 2 cents on it. Again, love the content, guys. Keep it up. Tyson, I'm with you. If they take Brissett, man, I'm done. I'm done.
I'm 1,000% done. I'll be done content creating, which is probably a good thing.
Hey,
So.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling, man. We appreciate
Brissett,
it.
baby. Yo,
I'm serious as shit. The minute they announce that, I'm out. This is it. We log right off.
Until they draft a quarterback.
Nope.
You know what's crazy is the Giants got to get Daniel Jones about north of 40 to 45 million.
I'm not believing that either. He'll get 35 million or some shit. He'll franchise tag him. He ain't getting that.
Shit, what's Carr gonna get then?
What he deserves.
He's better. He's better. Listen, but prime time is 2 different.
What's up, man?
Hey guys, how you guys been?
What's going on?
What's up, man?
Fucking hour and 40 minutes of misery.
Oh, I've been.
This is why I only do one every 3 weeks, man. I can't take this shit.
Oh, it's been fun, man. It's been fun listening, dude. I've been laughing, dude. Man. So,
did you know, Jets Unleashed, that Aaron Rodgers actually created football?
No way.
He did.
Man,
you look up football.
The more you know.
It was actually created by Aaron Rodgers. That's a fact.
Invented the pigskin.
All right. So,
are you on good terms with Elmo?
Hi, Elmo. Yeah, we're good terms. We
good.
fixed our friendship, so we're all good.
That's important. Okay, good.
So I have something that I want to show you guys. Okay.
Show us.
Well, no, I'm gonna talk to you guys about it. I'm not physically showing. I'm just gonna talk.
I think he made us a chart or something like that with graphs or something.
No. Well, so I have a question. So bear with me, okay?
All right.
So what would you rank Kirk Cousins?
Oh Christ, I can't do this.
No,
Statistically.
No, like what's your thoughts? Like, is he a top 15, top 20, top 10?
I put him
Top
slightly
20.
ahead of Derek Carr.
Top 15.
Hey, so like that guy who won 13 games with a worse defense than the Raiders, mind you, was able to win 13 games, got into the playoffs, and then lost.
Okay.
My problem is that are we gonna turn it to the Vikings and go one off? We will have a great season in the regular season, and then when we get to the playoffs, we just lose.
With what quarterback?
Huh?
Right, so
With which quarterback? Carr?
With Carr, that's my main concern. Because
my biggest fear.
would you like I've talked to you guys last week? Would you rather have Carr? He's here.
Is Aaron Rodgers not losing the playoffs? Is he invincible or something?
No. No, he has. He has. My
Recently.
point.
Good.
My point is that that in order for you to win, you need a top tier quarterback that can win you games.
Okay.
No, you don't.
That can
Hold on.
Or a head coach. Or a head coach.
Go ahead.
or a head coach. Or your team gotta be super stacked.
So how come the Buffalo Bills didn't win a Super Bowl?
I mean,
only one person can win, and Josh Allen just couldn't win. He couldn't carry his team.
Okay. They
Look
seem like
at-
they had the recipe, right? Great coach, great quarterback. They should be.
And
Money.
they still lost to a better quarterback and a better coach in Mahomes and Andy Reid, which shows exactly where the bar is in the AFC if you want to compete. But go ahead.
It's fine.
Just look to.
We don't have
look to-
Mahomes. Maybe we should just give up then.
Or we should try to find a quarterback that could actually, compete at that level.
Oh my God, this shit.
I mean, Derek Carr did beat Mahomes before, but we'll continue. Go ahead.
Zach beat Josh Allen. Cool. Let's stick with Zach.
Might as well. It's better than drafting somebody.
People have used the defense. All defense can carry call too. I've seen that a bunch of times on YouTube, and I totally disagree. Just look in the playoffs. Just look at the Super Bowl. Top QBs would just line it up. You're gonna have to be able to throw the ball down the field and win in a shootout sometimes in this league. And I'll give you guys this question: can Carr win with doing a shootout?
Why not? Of
Yes,
course.
you can. Well, listen. Hold on. I'm lost for a minute, right? So you go with the Kirk Cousins comment, right? So let me ask you a question. Their defense can't stop a nosebleed. That's why they lost that. It wasn't because of that. The defense is the reason they lost that playoff game. It wasn't because, you know what I'm saying? So I understand what you're saying about Derek Carr, but if you're saying that Derek Carr and Cousins are on the same level, it would come down to our defense. Therefore, we have a better defense, so we probably have a better chance of winning. I understand. I don't understand the hate for Derek Carr when we've had fucking Zach Wilson, Mike White, Josh McCown, and a host of other motherfuckers, Joe Flacco, and y'all is acting like Derek Carr is just a bum or something. We haven't had shit. Derek Carr would be the second best quarterback to ever play for this franchise, and all of a sudden he's shit. Y'all crazy, man.
Problem
is that argument any different though? If I inserted the name Ryan Tannehill in there, best quarterback we've had in the last however many years?
Nah, he ain't better than Ryan Tannehill. What? You just said he was your third or fourth option.
That's what I'm saying though. Your argument is that the Jets haven't had any good quarterbacks. Signing Derek Carr would be the best we've had in however many years. Well, signing Tannehill or Jimmy G would also be the best quarterback we've had in so many years because we haven't had good quarterbacks. That's the whole point.
Jimmy G can't stay healthy, and Tannehill is not as good as Carr. You know that. You just said it a few minutes ago. Stop the cap, man. I understand you want Aaron Rodgers.
Because you got to give Carr a 5-year contract. I'm probably not giving those guys 5-year contracts.
Nah, you really on some nut ass shit right there because you contradicting yourself.
I don't want an average quarterback.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants it. I don't want an average football team, but I'm a Jets fan. So I'm used to.
How is a guy that makes the Pro Bowl average?
Definition of average. Rank him in the AFC.
Pro Bowl quarterback is average?
Okay, so let's go.
Pro Bowl quarterback is average.
Would you take Derek Carr over Mahomes? Yes or no?
I'm not doing this.
Okay, so we got Mahomes, we got Herbert, we got Lamar Jackson, we got Trevor Lawrence, we got Josh Allen, we got Deshaun Watson. I mean, where am I wrong on this? Where am I wrong?
Okay, I got a question.
There are 7 quarterbacks that you would not even come close to picking.
Tom Brady, and Aaron Rodgers.
There's a difference with Tom Brady. Tom Brady did something different. That's why.
How? Tom
Brady he took a pay cut so that his team would be better.
I don't give 2 fucks.
What do you mean you don't care?
Tom Brady.
If he did something, there's a reason he won 7 rings. Was because of that reason. He took a pay cut so that his team was.
Aaron Rodgers. Who are you picking?
Rodgers.
Simple.
When, like, in the prime, right now, like.
Tom Brady's the ultimate winner.
He has 7 championships. You're picking Tom Brady. Stop the cap, man.
It's not even close.
So he's also 46, but suddenly age doesn't matter now, right?
Prime time. You're gonna pick the one guy with 1 Super Bowl ring, but you wouldn't pick the guy with 7. So you know what that is?
He's 47 years old, and I have he's 47 years old, and I have a personal dislike for him from playing in the division so much.
I hate him too. But if you had a choice, though, prime time, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, who are you picking?
If they were both free agents and all things were equal, I might actually lean Rodgers. I'm saying if they were both free agents and you can sign either one, I might actually lean Rodgers.
Okay. Let me ask you one last question. I'm gonna be quiet, prime time. Jacoby Brissett or Derek Carr? You fucking better not say it, bro. I promise you.
I gotta say Derek Carr, in my opinion.
Crazy. So Jets Unleashed, you're a big Kirk Cousins fan?
No. I'm not a Cousins fan. In my what I see with these QBs, there's the average QB they're very good. I'm not saying they're bad. There's
So
the
are they
Cousins,
average? Wait, are they average or are they very good? What's the classification?
the average.
Okay.
So
So what do you consider average?
So average is basically a QB that can hold down the fort and they can do good in the regular season, but when it comes to playoff, they just can't cut it.
That's every fucking quarterback who doesn't make the Super Bowl. What are you talking about, man? That's big. You know what I'm saying? That's every quarterback who doesn't make the Super Bowl.
There's another tier.
There's another tier.
Yeah.
What's the
The
next
really
tier,
good QBs you can count on that they can take you to the Super Bowl and win.
So Josh Allen is trash. No, hold on. No, I got this, Tyson. I got this. Let me ask you a question, there, big fella. Let me ask you a question, big fella. Out of the last Super Bowls, who's won? It's been out of the last 10. It's been like the same fucking 6 quarterbacks. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's been the same quarterbacks. Those are the top quarterbacks.
Hold on. Hold on, Tyron. I got a question for him. What is Matthew Stafford?
Matthew Stafford? He's an average QB that was on a stacked Rams team.
See, that's not primetime shit, Tyson.
With
that's
a great
shit.
head coach.
But I'm Hollywood though. That's not primetime bullshit.
Wait, what is Matt LaFleur? Not a great head coach?
No, he is a good coach.
Is he? Wait.
You can't win with these prime timers, man.
Nope.
I don't understand the Stafford argument. We don't have Sean
Yeah.
McVay. There's no comparison.
No, I'm trying to understand. He just called Matthew Stafford an average quarterback. The dude won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, he won a Super Bowl on a stacked team. Let's be honest on that team. That team was great.
So wait,
was
aren't
super
all teams-
stacked.
So all teams, when you make the Super Bowl, teams are gonna have talent, dude. You're not gonna have.
I
a
didn't say
half-assed team making the
I didn't
fucking
say
Super
they
Bowl.
didn't have talent.
So Matthew Stafford had a great coach and a good team around him. What do you think? What do you think Patrick Mahomes has?
Tell me who had a better
Patrick-
team. The
Patrick-
Rams? Who had the
Patrick Mahomes
better
is a
talent?
Hall of
Rams
Fame
or
coach, and
Chiefs
how
right
many
now?
stars around him? How many stars are on that Chiefs team?
On offense,
Mahomes, Kelsey,
and what else on offense?
maybe off offensive lineman, but besides what that we see is not the best. It's not the best of the best. Can you say that running back? The running back's a rookie. Is he a rookie?
But she was from Rutgers.
Basenko, hey, listen, I got a picture with Basenko too. That's my homeboy's nephew. Shout out to the Super Bowl champ, yo. Congratulations.
So then look at Jalen Hurts. Is Jalen Hurts a top 10 quarterback?
Nope. And you know it.
I want to see more. I want to see
I think
multiple
he's in the-
years. I want
I
to
think
see
he's in the
multiple years.
conversation.
He's an
He,
MVP
if he
fucking
does it
candidate.
one more year, he's in the top 10.
So wait, so is Jalen Hurts an average quarterback or a good quarterback? Are you kidding me?
No, because we just got 1 year protection. I want to see more years of him. I want to see more years because, again,
why don't you answer the question?
That's actually a fair take. That's actually a fair take. But
I
based
did
on-
answer the
but
question.
based-
I want to
but
see
based on
more
last-
years of
based
him.
on last year, you would say that was top 10 production, right?
Yes.
Okay.
He was an MVP candidate.
That's
He
Yeah,
was
no.
in the Super
I
Bowl.
had him. To be honest, I thought he was going to win
y'all-
MVP.
He wants to see
Y'all
him do it
kill
again.
me.
I understand.
Y'all
that.
kill me.
I
with
want to
these
see
high-ass
consistent
standards.
from him.
I understand.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Is Justin Herbert a good quarterback? He's not consistent. Daniel Jones a good quarterback? He's not consistent.
He
Josh
led
Allen, a
the
good
he led the
quarterback?
Chargers
He's not
to the
consistent.
playoffs. What do you mean? He killed them.
Hold on, Tyron, hold on.
Hold up.
Wait. Justin Herbert led the Chargers to the playoffs. So did Kirk Cousins.
Yes.
So did Kirk Cousins.
Yep. And where they at?
So what's that? What's
Kirk
the
Cousins
point?
led him to the. What do you say? Kirk Cousins led them to the playoff.
Wait, your argument was Justin Herbert's a good quarterback. He led them to the playoffs. Okay, so if that's the classification, what did Kirk Cousins do? Same thing, right?
Kirk Cousins has a the number one receiver in the league. You can argue.
What does Justin
And
Herbert
What
have?
does
Look
that
at the players
matter?
he has around
He hit-
him,
Yeah,
Plus,
what
the
does
guy
that
can
matter?
Because
Matter.
what would do? All his players were hurt on offense.
bro.
His weapons were getting hurt. Are you kidding me?
Oh my! You know what?
This show is off the rails, completely off the rails.
I'm good. I'm good.
I mean, Keenan Allen, Mike Allen, or Mike Williams, those guys were hurt a lot throughout. the
Austin
year.
Eckler.
Yeah.
I hear where you're coming from, Jets. At least I'm with you on this. I'm with you. Don't let them bully you.
You know what, prime time?
We're to the point now. We're calling good quarterbacks average after we watched shitty quarterbacks for the last decade. This is wild.
Just because something is an upgrade does not make it's going to be benefit us for the future.
Say what?
That's
if you get an average QB, how does not mean you're going to make it to the Super Bowl.
You can make an argument that if we had an average quarterback this year, we'd make a serious run into the playoffs. No,
I would say we go one in and out, in my opinion, just because of
based on with the Jets defense the way they're playing and they can run the ball.
Where they were playing down the stretch.
With average quarterback play, they're not losing all these bullshit games that they lost. Nobody wanted to play the Jets in the playoffs if they had a decent quarterback. Am I lying?
I think some of the luster on the defense faded a little bit towards the end of the year.
Because you're on the field for the fucking
because offenses didn't have to do shit. That's why we didn't have an offense that could score anything. Other offenses were like, "Yo, we got 17 points, we're good. Let's run the ball, time of possession, run out the clock." Like that was the focus.
So Jets Unleashed. What is Jared Goff?
Jared Goff, he's a below average QB.
Say average,
bro.
Bro, you already know this. I don't even see the point in this shit, bro, no more. Like I'm telling you, I don't see the point in this shit no more.
What do you guys think? What do you think Goff is?
Listen, I'm just asking you. I mean,
I think he's better than anything we had this year. I guarantee you that.
Do you realize though we can say that for every quarterback, right? Like,
exactly. So why are you acting like
Tyrone,
Carr is
Tyrone, let's not put this below average quarterback went to a Super Bowl. No?
Yep. Absolutely. Yep. Sure did.
With a great offensive coach.
Oh.
And what did he do in that game?
So
what did he do?
What you're telling me
did he
is,
score even? Did
what you're
he
telling
even
me
score
is
a touchdown in that game?
We finally come to where I wanted to get to. This is magical. So now what you're telling me is, in your words, a below average quarterback can go to the Super Bowl with a great coach and a good team around him. That's what you're telling me?
Yeah.
That's fascinating, man.
With a great coach.
With a great coach, and he has to have everything around him.
Fascinating.
Which we don't. The Jets don't have that.
Okay. They got a good team, right? Everybody keeps saying
we have a great defense, but we don't know what our head coach is.
If the Jets are a quarterback away, and they get a quarterback, that's on the coaching staff to get this team to the next level, isn't it?
They're not just a quarterback away; they're an elite.
We're not just a quarterback away.
Well, no, we didn't say elite. No. Jared Goff's not elite. Matthew Stafford's not elite.
That's what I'm saying, though. In order for the Jets to
really, this is his call. This is not your call. He called Matthew Stafford average and Jared Goff below average. So based on that, they both went to the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, they're not going to the Super Bowl with the Jets with Robert Saleh as their head coach.
Well, that's more indictment on the coach than the quarterback, isn't it?
Well, the coach isn't going anywhere, so.
Well, then that may be the issue. I mean,
maybe then we need a QB that can carry the head coach. Then
we didn't mention Nick Foles yet. I'll get into that later.
Nick,
exactly.
Who had Peterson also?
We don't want those.
He was saying that that Philly special, the head coach that made that play, and got them that touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
That coach that did very well. The coach that helped the Jaguars get to a playoff.
The coach.
That coach. We want to talk about
coach we didn't want.
Wait, the coach that most Jet fans didn't want because he's a retread. That coach.
Yep.
Yeah, I know exactly who he is.
The one who got Nick Foles to win the Super Bowl. That coach.
Man.
With a below average player.
With a top defense.
The defense was
Jets
not
got top
that
defense.
Year. Stop playing. That defense was not top that year. Stop fronting. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. Nah.
Have a good night, man.
You too, guys. Jet up. Peace.
Good talking to you, man.
This show's a disaster.
Save us, Afro.
I'm still sad. I'm still sad Chad Henne retired. That's killing me. Oh my God.
I was going to ask, I wonder what he ranks Eli Manning as. I mean, he's Eli Manning average quarterback?
Below average, Tyson. Below average.
Below average. The guy can't win with below average quarterback.
Listen, this. Hello, Armand. Hello, Elmo. Where's Balls? There you go. Hey, Balls. All right, let's look at this. You got Carr waiting. My opinion, you got Carr waiting to see what the Rodgers is doing because they know the Jets are. He knows the Jets are going after Carr first. I mean, after Rodgers first. So he's going to wait around because if he's hoping that Carr doesn't, either way, if Rodgers wants to go to the Jets, that the Jets are going to go after him. So that's one less quarterback out of the carousel there. So he'll get more money that way. If Carr decides not to play or go someone else, he knows that the Jets will go after him. He'll get his money that way as well. Because now that's another less. So the Jets want to make a splash at quarterback. Bottom line. So the top two in this carousel is Rodgers and then Carr. Lamar is not coming to us. He'll be either traded to the NFC or he'll sit out.
So what's the drop off from Derek Carr to Ryan Tannehill, primetime's best friend?
Well, I mean, if we want to go at stats, right? Tannehill played 2 more years. He still hasn't, his stats are not just slightly below Carr's. If you want to go that way, and also if you want to say he hasn't won anything, is Lamar an elite quarterback? Because he only won one playoff game, me too. Right? We can go that route. Ooh. There's many ways. We can spin this 100 different ways. Truly, we can spin this 100 different ways. Every time is a different thing. We could also say if Hurts didn't fumble that 7 points that they got, Philly wins. No one's talking about Mahomes. Let's be honest. Everything can happen. It can change the game and the attitude of what's going on. Everything's going to happen soon. I believe that because I know Rodgers can't wait. If he's going to want to play, he knows he's been around this business for a long time. He knows no one's going to wait for him either, especially when you have a guy sitting there that the Jets can take. So Jets are playing this right. Okay. The guy's available to talk to now. He's bringing in the Carr is going to go around and he's going to check a couple of more teams to make himself available. He could have easily made a deal with the Saints and just wait until he got cut and take that position. Okay. I don't think Rodgers is going to the Raiders right off the bat because he's not going to play for McDaniel. Nope. Not whatsoever. And he's not playing on the 26th worst defense in the league either. There's no point in playing. No point for playing because you could only play on one side of the field. You're an offensive player. You can't play defense, right? So everyone made that big issue with when the Bills lost in overtime, and Josh Allen didn't get a chance to get the ball back, which was the biggest bullshit ever because what's your defense doing there? Yeah. What do you have a defense for? If they couldn't stop them, they couldn't make a stop.
Well, they blew the kickoff too.
Hey, well,
the head coach blew it too.
That's part of the game. That's part of the game. You didn't make it. That's why you have a team. That's why you have to have a well-rounded team on both ends. Yeah, and no one wins without talent. That's the bottom line. You could talk about anything you want. No one wins without talent. If you could say these guys the best coach ever. Why do they still go after these veteran guys that they know that could make a difference to the team for that one season? They want to infuse their team with the most talent whatsoever, even if if 1 year they'll give them everything. What do you think the Bills did when they got what's his name, Von Miller, and they got all these guys? They gave them all those contracts. They want as many pieces of talent they can put on the team. It's a win now. Everything's win now, right away. Okay. So we wait and see. Well, like I said, then the Prince of Darkness comes out and decides to make his vision come true and whatever he wants to do. Like I said, the Jets have planted the seed with Carr. They're going to see what Rodgers does because for them that's their best option. Woody wants him as well. Yep. Okay, you got it, Carlos. And I do think they want to still hold on to Wilson, but if they sign Carr, I don't know what they're going to sign Carr. He may want that deal, but he may, they may offer him, we'll give you 3 years and a 4th-year option, or we can get out of it after a certain period of time, And another thing, Raiders weren't going to pay him $40 million on his next paycheck. A lot of speculation is that even if they try to go for Rodgers, they can't pay that escrow. They just don't have the money.
Yeah.
Okay. So how are they going to pay?
I think the Raiders, with the whole Josh McDaniels thing, that kind of rules them out. So does it come down to like the Titans and Jets and a mystery team? Like there's always a mystery team somewhere that comes out of the fucking darkness. But is that what it comes down to? Because
let's be honest. What's he doing in Tennessee? Is he going to end his legacy in Tennessee?
He's got a house there.
Okay. Everyone's got a house someplace. It doesn't make I'm going to play for Tennessee because I got a house. I understand he's a weird dude, but he's also,
Hackett coming to the Jets makes the most sense because Hackett has his offense. He knows the terminology. He knows the offense. He can come in here. It's plug and play.
And he has the defense behind him.
Exactly. Okay. It makes the most sense.
It makes absolutely the most sense. And he knows the Jets are willing to pay him.
But the one thing you're not factoring in, you guys are not factoring in, the media market and then taxes, bro. He has to pay a lot of money in taxes.
The media thing, though, he could embrace that, man, and just be like, you know what? It's the biggest stage you can be. He could just toy with these people. Like, it's so funny. Like,
he would have fun with it.
Yeah, like he's not gonna be scared of fucking Rich Cimini and Brian Costello. He can give 2 shits about them.
Someone brought up the taxes thing today. I forget who it was. He's made so much money.
$305 million or something
already. Yeah. What does he give a shit
about? On top of what he still owed from the Packers, too.
Exactly. So if he's another $100 million coming in, what's he care about the taxes?
Yeah. Because
let's be honest.
Trust me. It's money in his pocket.
He's got $300 million.
He's going to be
He's never going to spend that in his lifetime.
If he has $300 million and it's about the money, he can retire right now then, right?
Yeah, but he wants his best chance to win. His best chance to win with the least amount of efforts coming to the Jets because he's got his coordinator here. That helps him most.
Listen, I do think him coming here is a great thing for us. It's just a possibility that he want to come here. That's the most important factor to all of it. You know what I'm saying? Once that domino falls, everything else will fall in place.
But he's smart enough to know that if he doesn't make come out and say whether he's going to play or not right now, things are going to pass him. Then no one's waiting for him anymore. That they can't. No team could afford to wait for him.
Nope.
Or any quarterback, really any quarterback. No one's going to sit there and wait for you.
Unless you have a team with a high draft pick that thinks they can draft somebody.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to pick a team though. All you have to do is say, "Look, I want to play next year. And I don't want to play in Green Bay." That's all I need to hear. You know what I'm saying? That's all I really want to hear. You know what I'm saying? I think we're the best team. We're the best fit for him. I understand that, but I don't want to wait 3 or 4 weeks for him to decide on what he want to do.
No one's going to wait for him for 3 or 4 weeks because
I don't think anybody's going to wait.
Prime time will.
Well, he can wait, but he can wait for him all he wants. The Carr will be the next guy picked for the Jets.
Look, he's waiting for.
Jets can't wait. They have to decide. They have so many things to go on. They still have to restructure their cap. They have to worry about the draft. They have to worry about free agency. They have to worry about keeping players. There's a ton of things they have to worry about. You can't just sit there and wait for him.
I think they would.
I don't.
If he still hasn't made his decision, I don't think they're just going to give.
You can't go in the free agency not knowing that Aaron Rodgers is doing.
Exactly.
You can't.
You know what's going to come to you. There's no one going to come. You don't know. I don't have a quarterback.
Yeah.
Who's going to come to you with no quarterback?
We think we may have Aaron Rodgers, but we may not.
There's no way. We act like Carr's on this like elite level.
We're not acting like that.
No. You're taking it different.
Yes, we act like we can't miss out on.
How do you go into free
agency?
How do you go into free agency not even knowing how much cap space you have? Because you got to figure out what Aaron Rodgers can do with his contract. Yeah. So what are you going to do? You're going to try to sign players not knowing your quarterback is, not knowing your cap space is? That's ludicrous. And then the guys he wants to bring with him, they can go somewhere else.
Rodgers has a less cap hit than Carr's going to have on his new deal.
It's nothing to do about Carr, dude. It's about going into free agency with Aaron Rodgers sitting there smoking weed, figure out what the fuck he's going to do. You don't know what he's going to do.
If he decides he's not going to play or he wants to go somewhere else, you go to your next plan.
Free agency starts, he's not deciding. That's a huge problem.
And what's your next plan if you wait for him?
Plenty of options, like I was just saying.
They're going to be gone. Free agency starts.
I haven't seen they're gone.
All of them?
Goes.
All of them?
Yeah,
Jimmy G, Tannehill, Fields gets traded somewhere else. There's no option to trade up in the draft.
Why is everyone assuming?
You're not getting Fields. We're not drafting a fucking quarterback.
Okay.
Why is everyone so Fields is going to get traded?
Well, I'm saying it's either Fields is going to get traded or they're going to trade the number 1 pick. One of those two things are going to happen, right? I would think.
These are just rumors going around. The latest rumor was.
I'm just saying that there's more than one option other than Derek Carr if Aaron Rodgers.
But see, the thing is, once free agency starts, you think teams say, you know what, I'm going to sit and wait and it happens? No, they're going to be aggressive to get a quarterback because they have an offseason plan. So while Aaron Rodgers is sitting there figuring out what he wants to do, other teams will be taking, like Jimmy G's going to be on trips. They're all going to be going out to other teams and going other places, dude.
What usually happens in free agency? The top guys go first right away because no one waits.
Quarterbacks are a premium, man. A lot of teams need quarterbacks, man. A lot of teams do.
They go right away. No one waits for that. No one's waiting to see if anyone, it's the nature of the beast. That's the bottom line. It's the nature of the beast. The talent goes out first, then the secondary. The second tier go, then the third tier go, and then whatever's left you pick up during the training camps or whatever. So we'll wait for cuts. But that's the bottom line. But no one's going to wait for this guy that long. You can't. Nope, you can't be irresponsible like that as a GM or as an owner. You can't be irresponsible just sitting and waiting for this guy. Okay.
It's like March 7th, March 6th. That's it.
Soon enough.
Time will tell. and
at least we have the Rangers.
I don't know. They seem to give up. They give up the team 3 goals up. They spot them 3 goals every game in the first period. So I'm getting sick of that shit. Yeah. But hey, Tyson, good work with the.
Thank you, man. Well, thank you for donating too, man. Thank you for your support.
Anytime, always.
Definitely appreciate that. You're one of the first ones, man. I appreciate that.
That's right. Are we calm now? Is this?
I'm not.
There's a lot of. You got to be calm. You can't.
I hate this show.
You can't be hard headed either. You also have to look at different.
This is why I stream once every 3 weeks.
And you can't assume what people are saying either. No one's saying that. No one's putting Carr on the pedestal here. We're looking at our best options as they come. Okay.
So some people, yeah, absolutely. Other people are like, if you don't sign Carr, then you're going to get completely
because
shut out. There's nobody else to sign. No, there's plenty of other options out there if you don't get Carr.
I think the drop off is big from Carr to everybody else.
I think so too. Listen, look, Devontae Adams.
It's not
with Carr. Devontae Adams had 1,500 yards this last season, and Amari Cooper had almost 1,200 yards, plus over 1,000 yards for the. So the offense was there. He did something. It wasn't just them. He didn't just toss the ball after. Yeah. And Waller was there for 9 games. I think Renfro was hurt. So now who do you blame at that?
What was the record in those 9 games?
Is that now if he's
Derek Carr is also the doctor, Afram. You didn't realize that. Derek Carr was actually a trainer, so he failed in keeping him healthy.
Yeah, but bottom line is if these guys are making their stats are that high, and they're not scoring and not winning, it could be the head coach sucked because he's not making. We made a big thing about LaFleur. We moved the ball, but we can't get. The red zone. We sucked. We couldn't get anything in the end zone. Right? We couldn't score a touchdown. So I mean, that's why I keep saying we can spin this 100 different ways. You can throw a stat. I can throw a stat. Tyson can throw a stat. Tyrone can throw a stat. We can spin it any way we want. Right?
That's right. I didn't talk about the cold weather stats either yet.
Christ.
If I could throw it at you that the Raiders in general don't play well in the cold.
Why did the offense only put up like?
Apparently, neither does Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs.
That's it. Hey, like I said, Lamar is 1-3 in the playoffs. What happens when he gets into the playoffs, right?
I mean, Josh Allen lost at home in the snow. What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. He didn't look too good. And now you hear the latest rumor.
Stephon Diggs.
Diggs they think that he's going to start chirping again and wants to get out of Buffalo like he did with Minnesota.
That's a shame, man. I like Stephon Diggs.
But I mean, this is it. And what someone said, every year you can lose 30% of your team from free agency. So anyway, from 25 to 30%, which is a lot. So the guy who does the best job putting the team together and has a steady can get a steady quarterback. And like I said this before, and Tyson brought it up. If we had Carr this year, we're in the playoffs, and I think we go further.
Last year, yeah.
Well, last
100%.
year. Yeah, I mean, and I heard someone say, for a team that hello, Rolly, team had not average quarterback play. We had below average quarterback play.
Now, wait, when we say below average quarterback play, we're talking about Jets Unleashed below average quarterback play, or just below average quarterback
Stop.
play?
Don't be mean. Don't be mean.
I'm just trying to get the classifications right, man. We have a lot of categories tonight.
And you're slowly knocking all your chat people off. One by one, you're chopping it. You got to be.
I don't think we've ever seen Dan and Joe Cat. I haven't seen them in weeks.
They're back in here now.
They'll be back.
They're busy. They're busy doing their own show now, so they don't no time for us.
Yeah, but I even lost my thought. What was that?
That was the goal.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But let's see what happens this week. Thank you, Frank White, for this week will tell all. I'm still waiting for a text back from my friend's son who owns that restaurant they were in, by the way.
Fiorino's or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
I work in Summit.
Yeah, and
good spot. Not Roots though.
It's a great restaurant, good food, but
that's why Derek Carr didn't sign your primetime.
But
stalked him and scared him.
It's an Italian restaurant, but it's owned by Albanians. I just want to let you know that.
Speaks volumes to me. They didn't take him out to Morristown, Roots, somewhere like that. I don't know.
You go to this restaurant, you'll see why.
I'm surprised they didn't give him cupcakes. They probably did give him cupcakes. They're known for that.
But you've noticed the room. There was no tables around him either.
Of course.
Yeah, they closed the restaurant.
I don't know.
I heard they closed it for him.
Well, someone that worked there, because you could see it through the doors, the window they were facing, where they were sitting, that leads out to the street. So the entrance would have been, if you look at the picture, the entrance would have been to the right of that table where they come in. So those two doors, there's a private room in that area, and someone that worked there took that picture. Guaranteed.
I'm probably fired now.
No, probably didn't know. Or it could have been my friend's son who runs the place. But I just want to know.
You got to get us some info now.
I'm still waiting for a text back.
What did he order?
What's the big deal he ordered?
The prime time will find fault in that. What, he had steak?
That's what I'm saying. If you go to a nice restaurant, you order something shitty.
He ordered a contract. That's what he ordered.
Thanks for calling it, man. We appreciate it.
No problem.
Good night, sir.
Stay good night, rest up.
Yeah, we need something.
Soon.
What's up, Charles?
Hey guys, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good. For the record, I have my earbuds in so I can still hear you guys, which is great.
Okay.
Listen, I've heard. Look, I'm jumping all over the place right now. I'm so fucking sorry.
That's all right.
Kevin. Oh, I forgot. Hello, Elmo on Sesame Street. Hello, Balls. Hello, Christy. Hello, everybody. Listen, I told Jets Unleashed this before he came on. I have Derek Carr as my number one option, but at a very close second. Kevin's pissed off right now. You know what? I don't give two fucks. Anyway,
he's your number one option.
You have him number one over Rodgers,
and I was going to explain why.
Okay.
Because you don't know if Aaron Rodgers wants to come here. That's why he's my number one option.
What if he wants to come here? Then where is he number one?
Absolutely.
Okay, so then it's just a matter of he wants to come here. Then okay, that makes sense then.
I'm not obviously Kevin and all these Aaron Rodgers fanboys and fangirls out there. By the way, I'm an Aaron Rodgers fan too. He's my favorite player in the NFL. Just let everybody know that.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's true. He's my favorite player in the NFL. I'm a huge Aaron Rodgers fan.
So then why can't we
Derek Carr is your number?
Because of what if Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to come here? That's
okay. So we all agree Aaron Rodgers is the Jets' best option. We all agree that. Now it's a matter of does he want to play football? Does he want to play football for the Jets? That's what it matters.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, now I'm good.
I'm sorry if I'm confusing the shit out of everybody, but I just want to make that clear.
So tell me, why do you like Derek Carr?
I've been a fan of this kid since. Well, I'm gonna say this kid. He's older than my ass. I've been a fan of this young man since his rookie season. I have been watching him play for years, and let's be brutally honest. You made this clear and brutally honest the Raiders are a shitty organization.
That's true.
They didn't really do him any fucking favors. I mean, yes, he hasn't done well in cold weather. He hasn't won shit. But is it really all on his fault? I mean, I remember listening to an individual. I think it was Jets X Factor. The quarterback can get too much love and they can get too much hate. And I think Derek Carr gets a little bit too much hatred.
Especially on this show.
Yeah, fucking apparently. But I like Derek Carr. I like the way he plays. I like his personality. I like his character. I like his attitude. He seems like
So
a
wait,
good
so
guy.
if you put Derek Carr on this team, can they be?
Do I think he can make it to the playoffs? Yes. Do I think he can win them a championship? Yes. But I said this to Jets Unleashed yesterday. He cannot carry the team by himself. It's a fucking team game. The offensive players got to step it the fuck up. The defensive players got to step it the fuck up. And so does the special teams.
And the
I
coach.
understand Aaron Rodgers doesn't have a great playoff record, but I remember his last playoff loss. It was against the 49ers. The special teams sucked in that game. Blocked field goal, a block punt return for a touchdown. Hold on a minute. Mom, is that you? My mom was sleeping. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
But the point is, you can't expect this fucking quarterback to be Superman, where he can do almost everything.
I agree.
It's a team sport, damn it. Everyone's got to come together. Yes, the quarterback is the quarterback's considered to be the leader of the team. He's the guy that puts everyone together and all that shit. But the thing is, he can't do it alone.
I agree.
Matthew Stafford, for example, he was supposed to be the Lord and Savior of the Lions, but guess what? They didn't do him any fucking favors. The best player he played with was fucking Calvin Johnson.
Was a great player.
I said the best player he played with on the Lions was Calvin Johnson.
Well, the Lions weren't competent forever, man. They've had bad coaches, bad GMs. They were a mess.
That's what I'm saying.
So then he went to the Rams and
he went to the Rams and he won them because they have a competent organization. They have a very good coach, who I'm a huge fan of, in Sean McVay.
Who do you think's a better quarterback, Kirk Cousins or Derek Carr?
I'm gonna say Derek Carr. I like Derek Carr. I don't hate Kirk Cousins, but it's something about him that it just doesn't wow me. Like, he can lead you to a playoffs, but I don't think he can be the guy to help. Notice I use the word help. Am I bothering you, Tyrone?
No.
No, you good with me. I'm good. I'm listening to you.
Help carry a team to a championship.
Well, who's
Go
better?
back to the ESPN commercial. I'm sorry. That's why I was cracking up with
who do you think is better, Tannehill or Derek Carr?
Derek Carr all the way. Even though I have nothing against Tannehill, but he's disappointed me with Tennessee. I remember that one year he had at Tennessee where he was amazing, but after that, his performance just dipped. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
All right, so say Rodgers goes to the Raiders, and Derek Carr goes to the Panthers. Well, who's your plan C? What is your third option?
Well, fuck it. I'm taking Jimmy G.
Why?
Because, well, obviously you got to worry about his injury history. But two, obviously the success he had in the quarterback position, helping the 49ers, helping them go to the playoffs and stuff. And the fact that, he could develop chemistry with Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore, and all that. That's my third option, Jimmy Garoppolo. Or porn star Jimmy, as Stephen A. likes to call him.
So how much would you give him, like a 3-year deal, 4-year deal, or would you give him what kind of deal you giving him?
What time of deal? I would give Jimmy Garoppolo like a 2 or 3 year deal. I wouldn't go 4 years or 5 years. I would go 2 or 3.
And would you give him like $30 million per?
Probably around that range, maybe 20, maybe somewhere around that range.
You can get him for 20. You can get him for 20.
I don't think so. The quarterback market's ridiculous, man.
That is true. The quarterback market is freaking ridiculous, but it is what it is.
If the Jets get shut out of their top 2 or 3 options, would you even consider drafting a quarterback and trying to trade up?
No.
Would I consider drafting a quarterback? Well, I
couldn't even do it. I couldn't even fathom that.
Along with, of course, the stopgap. See what your mom thinks.
A stopgap like Jared Goff?
I wouldn't go after Jared Goff. No.
I would. I'd definitely take Jared Goff.
Well, he would be my second to last option.
No, Jacoby Brissett's my last option. That's just me.
Personally, if Jimmy Garoppolo's unavailable, if Derek Carr's unavailable, if Aaron Rodgers decides to play for someone else or God forbid retire, I would probably go with Gardner Minshew.
Oof. So if you go Gardner Minshew, you bringing back Mike White too?
Absolutely, I like Mike White.
Who'd you rather have, Mike White or Gardner Minshew?
Oh, that's a good fucking question.
That's what I'm here for.
That's a really good fucking question, man. How old is Gardner Minshew? Like, is he?
In football years, he's got to be at least 30 something.
Yeah.
He's been around a while. He's been on how many teams? Eagles, Jaguars.
Eagles and Jaguars. That's it.
That's it. How old is
He's
he?
probably what, like 29, 28?
Is he?
He's probably about my age. Yeah.
He's heading to his prime. I might have to change my whole philosophy now. I may want Minshew mania here. I'd rather have Minshew than Brissett.
Minshew, believe it or not, is 26 years old.
He's 26.
He's 26 years old? What are we doing talking about that? That's who I want.
I mean, I like Gardner Minshew too. I don't think he played too bad for the Jaguars when he first got there.
Minshew, Mike White, and Zach Wilson quarterback. That would be something to watch. That'd be a training camp to watch right there.
Yeah, to be honest, that wouldn't be bad either. But I've heard some people
down
say
with
Gardner
that.
Minshew
100%
sucks.
down
I
with that.
disagree about that bullshit.
If the Derek Carr, that's my plan.
Same here. I like Gardner Minshew. I thought he played well
See?
for the Jaguars his rookie season. The Jaguars were a terrible team when he got there, by the way. So he wasn't the reason why they were terrible.
Minshew mania. That's perfect.
He's got the mustache. He's got everything. All he needs is a Fu Manchu. Be like the next Joe Namath.
Yeah, he's got a little swag to him. That's perfect. We just saw. See, Charles, you just solved all our problems, man. It took us over 2 hours. We solved all our problems tonight.
I wouldn't say I solved all your problems, but I'm glad I restored order.
Almost 2 hours.
Have a good night, man. Thanks for calling in.
Good night, bro.
No problem, man. Stay safe.
You too, man.
You too, man.
Bro.
This show exhausted the living shit out of me.
Yes.
And Jose left. Where the hell did Jose
What?
go? He's not there.
What the hell? Can't end without our closer.
Well,
Now what do we do?
he's not there.
Do we just start fighting again? I don't know what we do.
We'll give him a couple minutes if he calls in. Or if not, we just wrap this shit up.
I mean, we could talk about Carr's cold weather numbers, his
Bro,
record against teams
I'm going
over
to bed.
500.
I'm
Bro,
tired.
you
of this
tell
guy.
me I'm
If you
over
wanna
the
go
yes,
ahead and do
bro.
that,
This,
I mean, we can-
this
Here he
shit
is.
drained me, bro.
Before we go to Jose and wrap things up, don't forget in our link in the description, we had the fundraiser information for the t-shirts and the GoFundMe for fundraiser I'm doing March 10th. So check that out, please. I appreciate it. And now finally, our cleanup hitter who's endured 2.5 hours of complete nonsense.
I feel bad for him.
My
What's
God,
up, man?
Jose.
my God, and Kevin Rodgers.
Thanks. What's up, Jose?
Kevin Rodgers.
Elbow after Christian, my guy Alza, who was in the chat earlier, who I know longer than you guys. So shout out to him.
What are you doing? Half-hour shout-outs now? What the hell is this show becoming now?
No.
What the hell?
I'm sorry.
He's regressing back to his old videos.
I
No,
know.
I was just surprised to see him. That's all.
The myth, the legend.
I just
One
thought I'd-
himself, Jose in the building.
There he is. Christy.
Look at this fuck. They saying hi to his fans. What the fuck is going on here?
He's got more fans than us now. What the
Jesus
hell is
Christ.
this?
It's
Anyway,
the Jose show right now.
anyway. PT,
What's up?
are you? Oh, please tell me you were trolling half the night. Please tell.
Nope.
Please tell.
No, he's not trolling. This is the shit he's making me and Tyrone deal with
What
every
would I-
week.
Which part would I be trolling about? Not wanting the Hall of Fame quarterback, or
No, the fact that from Derek Carr to Jimmy G, isn't that part of a step down?
it's
Are
not?
you fucking kidding me?
I agree.
Are you fucking kidding me?
One of them's probably signing 2-year contracts. The other one's looking at 4 or 5 years. I'm not making that kind of investment based on history of Derek Carr. I'm not making that kind of investment. Jimmy G, based on everything that Jet fans want, good defense, solid running game. Under that scenario, Jimmy G has won before. Derek Carr is not.
Yeah, for 6 games.
That guy breaks his own ankle.
And that's why you'd still have Zach, and you'd still probably draft another quarterback too.
Yeah.
Part of whatever stopgap we get, I want to draft somebody too.
Jose, you got new furniture back there?
Just in this sofa.
Nice.
That's it.
Congratulations, man.
But
Prime Time's gonna be sleeping on that pretty soon. The way he's acting on this show.
no, because if he comes to California and he comes to my house, I'm gonna go and judge on his head. Shout out there.
I get Aaron warning. Aaron, how long do the Jets wait before missing out on Carr or other alternatives? March 7th, man.
I'm waiting.
Exactly.
March 7th.
We're sitting all night, bro. We're sitting all night. This is the whole point. You
Gotta wait longer, so be it. Gotta wait longer, so be it.
Hold on. If I had any, thank God I got a haircut on Sunday, because if I didn't, PT would have had me pulling out my hair.
Haircut's looking sharp, by the way, man. You're looking
fresh.
Nice job.
Mm-hmm.
But this show, I'm not trying to make a bad tasting joke, but this show gave me flashbacks to two years ago with Sam Darnold.
Oh, me too.
Yeah,
100%. This has a Sam Darnold vibe to it. There's no because prime time is.
Oh my God! Yes,
prime time
sir.
is dug in now.
He's
and
all in, bro. He's all in, bro.
It makes me, Jose. You know what this is making me do? Shows like this make me want Derek Carr more than ever. More than ever.
See, this
Just-
is
just-
it's
just to
actually
piss Kevin
opposite
off.
from 2 years ago, because
Just
you
to piss
guys
Kevin
were
off.
the ones that were all in. Zach Wilson's my guy.
Yeah,
Right,
man,
any team, anytime, any place, throwing the bandana.
Yeah,
Zach Wilson was your boy. He was
Trade
your
Sam.
boy. I wanted to trade the pick. I wanted to accumulate picks. I wanted to make my quarterback decision in the future.
PT,
But,
PT,
go ahead.
let's play a game real quick.
I'm down. What's up?
A real quick game. Aaron Rodgers comes to the Jets. Who is the offensive? What does the offensive line look like that's not gonna get him killed?
Well, AVT's coming back. AVT's coming back. You can still bring McGovern back. You have Tomlinson, who you just paid $45 million over 3 years. He's at least capable of being a good starter.
Oh.
And I'm not even saying Becton's definitely going to start. But if he's healthy, he's guaranteed a contract. He's going to be on the roster. You let him compete with Max.
Good grief again.
What?
Jose,
The offensive line did a good job of half these guys out last year anyway. First half of the year.
I'm with you, Jose.
When Breece Hall was healthy, half these guys were out, and the offensive line did a solid job. So with AVT back, with Beck, if he's back, they can't do a solid job. They can't be decent. New O-line coach, new offense.
What?
Better quarterback. That's not going to help.
With Mackay back then, the human version of Augustus Gloop from Journey on the
Solid job. But listen, I'm not even expecting Becton. I'm not expecting Becton to be out there. But if there's ever a time he's going to get his ass motivated to be on the field, it's going to be when he's got free agency looming coming up. So if you're ever going to see a healthy Becton, it'll be this year.
God, give me strength. Give me strength when this doesn't.
You and me both, man.
Bigger question: when are we doing our rap battle, man? I know it got postponed a little bit, so when are we doing it?
We'll do it on my channel, just so.
Oh, it's on his channel.
Just so this channel doesn't get taken down.
Anytime, any place.
Take this channel down. I don't give a shit. It's fine.
Anytime, any place. Let me know.
So nights like this, when raindrops will fall.
Thursday night on my channel.
Thursday night. What time?
We'll decide a time. I'll DM you on Twitter later.
I would say you can invite Tyrone, but he'll be like 3 hours late, so don't bother doing that.
Yeah, I know.
You know what's funny? My favorite part is about an hour and 45 in. All the life gets sucked out of Tyrone. Like he's done arguing. He deflates. It's just like he's like,
bro, because it's been we've been on this show 2 hours and 30 minutes arguing about shit, and we're still arguing about the shit. Like prime time,
an hour and 45 every week. Hour 45. Tyrone goes from like all five to like he's like watching TV. He's daydreaming. He's drawing pictures.
Tyson, remind me what you're doing for PTSD again?
I'm
So
doing
I
a
think you showed it on him.
I'm doing a version of David Goggins challenge, but I made it harder. So I'm doing 54 miles in 48 hours.
Damn, the
58
Yeah.
miles.
54 miles in 48 hours. So I'm doing 4.5 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours.
DM me the link or at me on.
I got you. I appreciate it, man.
Add me on Twitter and I'll retweet it and have people or try to get people to donate to you.
No, I appreciate it, man. That'd be awesome. I definitely appreciate it. And what do you think about NF's new songs, man? You heard it? Hope?
Yes, it's very, very good.
I love it.
Tyrone?
Yes, sir.
I don't want to leave you. I don't want to make you feel alone. How have you been?
Bro, I'm doing good, bro. I've been just arguing with Prime. I'm just stuck here, bro. Like, I'm just realizing it's gonna be 3 or 4 more weeks of this shit, bro. This is just, I'm doing good. How you doing, bro?
More like another month, because
I'll be glad it's over.
I can't do it.
comes out of the dark. Yeah.
It gets in that zone, bro.
I'm hoping this time next week, Rodgers has already been on McAfee and saying he wants to come back and play football.
No.
I'm just gonna. It's gonna be miserable.
No, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna give you a spoiler of what's gonna happen next week.
Oh no!
He's gonna come out of the darkness. Come on, Pat McAfee show and tell Pat McAfee he has a new beard. First it was Danica Patrick, then it was the chick from Nottingham. Now it's gonna be someone else.
Here's a question. Primetime, if the Jets sign Carr, will you support it?
Of course, I supported Zach Wilson. I didn't want to draft him. I still supported him.
But
it's not going to change what the end result's going to be, which is us 2 or 3 years down the line saying, "What the fuck are we doing? Where's the next quarterback? Where's the next head coach?"
It's the same thing with Aaron Rodgers. You don't know what it's going to be for him.
And in those 2 or 3 years, I'm going to have a chance to win a Super Bowl. So something that
you don't know that, bro.
Oh my god, I can't.
A year from now, we're gonna be having the same fucking argument.
We are.
Yep.
And it possibly might be happening after we're drunk as hell at a Super Bowl parade.
What's gonna happen, Jose? I'll give you predictions. Aaron Rodgers comes here, and this time next year, he's gonna be in a darkness retreat, thinking about if he wants to play football ever again.
PT.
Yeah.
Having the same conversation.
Same conversation. What do we do if Aaron Rodgers retires? Now what are we gonna do? At prime times, be like, we should draft a quarterback.
Trying to ask a question. Go ahead.
PT. I want you to go back and watch the 2021 playoff game between the Packers and the Niners and tell me how that was not on Aaron Rodgers.
So he's not allowed to have a bad playoff game. Is what you're saying?
Is that possible? Hall of Famers have bad playoff games? There's no way that's possible.
Did you see the Peyton Manning 41-0 loss at the Jets when he was in the playoffs?
It's impossible. Aaron Rodgers created football.
Just saying, it happens. Give me the guy who's there every year. Love you, Jose.
So wait. So Aaron Rodgers can have bad games, but Derek Carr can't have good games. That's how this works, right? Tyrone, you got that right? Write that down. So Derek Carr can make the playoffs, but won't play good in them.
Can he make
Aaron Rodgers? But Aaron Rodgers is allowed to have bad games in the playoffs.
Carr's only done it twice in 9 years. Rodgers there almost every year. He's won 12 playoff games.
How many did he lose?
In one Super Bowl.
Because he's there every year. How many playoff games did Peyton Manning lose? Probably more than Aaron Rodgers.
He's 12-10. It's not like he's a fucking.
I'm just saying how many
20-2.
How many playoff games did Peyton Manning lose? I'm willing to bet it's probably more than Aaron Rodgers. Do you not like Peyton Manning? Do you not like Drew Brees?
I'm just saying.
They all lose in the playoffs because they're there every year.
So they all lose in the playoffs, but they can all win in the playoffs too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm just making sure they can all win the playoffs too. Okay, good.
Well,
they're all elite quarterbacks. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is the only one that's in that conversation. Derek Carr is not.
PT.
Yeah.
You want to talk playoff losses? How many Super Bowls does Peyton Manning have?
2.
And how many does Aaron Rodgers have? 1.
When did Peyton Manning get that second one though?
Yo.
With a good defense.
Went to a new team when he was well beyond his
With
prime.
a good defense.
Yes, when
Yep.
he was well
Very
beyond
good
his
A
prime.
good
Correct?
defense.
Was he still in his prime?
Was
Was he still in his prime?
he putting up
Thank you
points?
for that stat, Afram.
Was he putting up points?
Was he still in
No.
his prime?
Was he putting up points?
He
Were
was not
the
in his prime
Broncos
at that point.
putting up
Great
points?
defense, great weapons.
Were the Broncos
he was
putting
still a
up points?
He was still a very good quarterback.
Answer
Yeah,
the
because
fucking
he's still a very
question.
good quarterback. Even at 60% of Peyton Manning at the end of his career, still can win you a Super Bowl. That's what Aaron Rodgers can do. 60% of Aaron Rodgers can still win you a fucking Super Bowl.
PT.
100% of Derek Carr is not winning you a Super Bowl.
Based on
PT.
what? That's just based on your hatred. That's all it's based on.
That's all
That's
it
just
is.
pure hatred.
It's
That's
hatred.
all it is.
It's hatred.
It's pure
It's
hatred.
bro.
Yeah, I hate being average. Yes, I hate being average.
Uh,
No, you just
I
hate. You know
being
what
average.
you hate is Derek Carr.
PT.
Let
That's
Jose
what
ask
you
his
hate.
question.
Answer the fucking question.
I'm trying to let you talk. They're not letting you talk. Go ahead.
PT, answer the fucking question.
Ask the question. What's
When
the
Peyton
question?
Manning won his second Super Bowl, were the Broncos putting up points?
Yeah.
No, Brock Osweiler was fucking starting into the fucking playoffs.
Yep.
Give me a fucking break.
You tell him, Jose.
And with that, I'll see you Thursday. Guys,
Good night,
check
everyone.
out my channel, Seahawks. Jose Rodriguez.
All right, love you, bro. We
Love
good,
you, man.
Yeah.
Still love you, man.
This show, Jesus Christ, man.
Bro. We got 3 more weeks of this shit, bro. Aaron Rodgers, come out the darkness. and
Don't be
please
surprised I'm
help
not on
us.
next Tuesday because I can't take this shit. I'll go back on my 2-week break.
Oh, shit.
Thank you guys for joining us. If the Jets smartly sign Derek Carr this week sometime, we'll do a breaking news show. I'll look forward to that one.
That'll be
I'll buy primetime a Derek Carr jersey. Talk to you guys later.
fun. Later.
Have a good one.